My name's CaptDaf, and today it's time for something a bit different. Rather than my regular Skyrim stream, it is Sunday, which is my day off from Skyrim. Let me mute my phone. I am back from muting my phone. I wanted to do something even more bit different today, but I haven't gotten clearance for it yet, probably because I forgot to check for clearance until half an hour ago. It's a little bit late, so I might try doing that next Sunday. Until then, we have something a bit different. I was recently gifted a game on Steam after enjoying the heck out of it at PAX Oz a couple of weeks ago. I am not sure how it will go, but we will see. I need to tweak the thing. I am terrible. Give me a minute. Oh, I hope you can hear that. Many hashtags to include. Alright, let's change the game capture. And let's see if and how this will capture. Come on, OBS. I know you can do it. It's not capturing it, is it? I am disappointed. Don't do this to me. It's picking the right window. It's just not displaying it. Alright, I might need to do the old full screen trick. It doesn't want to do the full screen trick. Oh, this sucks. Wow. Okay. This is going to be sort of interesting then. Why aren't you capturing the game, OBS? Why are you doing this to me? Why? Okay. I may need coffee. Luckily, I brought some with me. Okay. It's not going into full screen. It's not capturing. I'm going to have to do a monitor capture and then like expand the hell out of the monitor screen. Hello, John Verrill. How are you? I can't get this game to capture. Did you get my DM? I'm glad to hear you're doing well. This music is starting to annoy me because there's a giant black screen where my game should be. Alright, cool. Well, let's go back and do what I wanted to do the first time then. Alright, so. I will change the title and the game type to reflect our current activity. It's a Steam app, so there's no Chrome. And I know with Steam games, I've had issues with it, OBS not capturing it if it's pre-DirectX. Oh, sorry, I see what you're saying. Turn off hardware acceleration. Yeah, for sure, dude. Absolutely. I have so much free time. Alright, I need to get to... Oh, damn. Okay. And pause. And settings. And search settings for hardware acceleration. Turn that off. Relaunch. Thank you for relaunching with the same tabs open. I appreciate you, Chrome.
You come here for a second.
Oh. Pause that. All right. Now, where does the actual episode start? All right. Can I pop this out? I don't know if I can. I cannot. It doesn't count as a window. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we will go to... we need to go to display cam. It's Changeling the streaming. And I also need... Hey, this isn't Skyrim. I'll fix that later.
Scrooge McDuck.
Stop. I need that. And I need... I won't need other stuff until later. Okay.
That's us.
No,
Right.
just a Scrooge. Scrooge McDuck spends money.
Oh,
Where is the start of the
Well, 'cause
episode?
It has all of it.
Speed.
Does it
Double.
count as spending if you like fill a swimming pool full of
Coins.
coins? Is that spending?
Well,
Like,
it counts as, you know, dealing with the fact that every single time you dive into your pile of coins, you essentially just break your neck.
Yeah, that would be bad news.
Especially because in the States.
Are they talking about not buying any
Is it
not
because
buying
we're
anything?
not spending, or is it because we're not letting John get on with it? Scrooge, invest. All right, I'll invest in Bron's future with a point of expression. JK.
Do you guys
So
do,
the
like, a
plan
yearly,
for today's
version of what happened in
episode,
sewing?
which I now need to go and retweet actually, which I will do from my phone instead of live on the internet. Okay, scratch that. Game won't capture. But have clearance to do a live ChangelingTS rewatch and ReCapt. This is my pro streaming at work. Yeah, you can all say. Okay. Hopefully that will be it for the phone. Alright, well this will be different. I need to adjust the game title because it's not Skyrim, it's live CTS ReCapt. Alright, where are we up to?
Scott, you want to go first?
Sure, I have a separate session. Perfect. Brom woke up in a hotel room.
They're recapping their sound lane at the moment.
Over 10 manila envelopes, which were all blank pages pre-signed by the Duchess Eloise. It's Fala's room, and he had Kenwin's wallet in his pocket. That's weird. He left it there at the hotel room. He also found things like a small figurine. He just found a bunch of Fala's things. Left her a note, essentially calling her out on her trickery, her deception, saying we should talk. And he left.
There was 12.
12 manila envelopes. Thank you.
Yeah, 11 of which were sealed.
11 of which were sealed.
I remember.
Other hand cocaine.
Cocaine. Nope.
I'll have to edit the stream thing because Manila is spelled the way that I thought it was spelled. It's actually not. There's only one L.
Oh,
Oh,
true.
that's not bad. I probably did the same.
How about the rest of you?
Yeah, how about the rest of you?
I woke up in the dreaming, sleeping underneath little one's wing. She squawked a yes and a no in response to my questions of which direction on the path we came from. I went and checked over the hill. It was a lookout of sorts, and the path continued going forward in the sky, sort of floating magically. And I decided to investigate where we came from, which was the trod that leads into, or what I think is the trod, into Alexis Neon, which is an underground mall very close to where the Spark is. So I, after stopping for a coffee and some milk for the one, headed back towards the Spark, where I got a phone call.
Yes. So Sophia woke up by herself in Kyoko's room. And
I know, right?
in Kyoko's shower, Kenwin passed
Oh,
out,
no.
tied up in his underwear. So she freaked out and enlisted the help of Incisor and Claude to help get him back to his hotel room before he woke up. And so Claude got this van, cab,
And that should be the end of me needing my phone.
And then Sophia basically chatted up the front desk person while Patches took Kenwin upstairs. Fala was there in Kenwin's room, and she and Patches kind of had like a standoff. And then Fala ended up leaving when Patches refused to back down. And then we put Kenwin in his room and untied him, and he started to gain consciousness as we were like, shit,
I
he
did
left,
not bring my
and
water
then we went
bottle.
back to the freehold.
Rip.
Oh no, the guy we were trying to fuck up got fucked up. What happened? Like, I love it. I just love it.
But as he woke up, he was like, oh man, not again. Or
No.
something to that effect, to where he assumed that he was the cause of the disaster that was his hotel room.
Daddy's gonna be so mad.
Yeah, something like that. That's so good.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. That did not happen.
Yes.
I need confirmation from a source outside this room, please.
It happened.
That happened. Oh,
It totally happened, Scott.
I hate Kenwin so much. Oh, that's great.
These fingers.
Oh, everyone can't type.
Like, hold it. Okay.
He's having trouble.
It's like,
Trouble.
this long
I think his dad. I think it's established that
Daddy.
that he's a little.
sugar daddy.
I'm kind of picturing like Malfoy now.
Mm.
You know, his rich parents. He's just like.
It's a little shit.
I was thinking the
I mean, book one
Sophomores?
Malfoy.
D3 the Mighty Ducks. They're all private college Richie riches.
Mm.
D3 the Mighty Ducks. Look at that.
I watched it when it
The
came
first Mighty Ducks was
Yeah.
great.
That's where we. That's
Some
where
of them, yeah, it went downhill a little.
I've spoken before about how I've played board games by myself as a young child, playing with invisible friends, imaginary friends. Except one of the games that you can't play by yourself, because it involves hidden information, is Clue, also known as Cluedo. The whole point of Clue is that each person holds a piece of the puzzle.
That's better.
But they don't have the entire puzzle. And they're trying to figure out the other pieces before everyone else at the board, so that they can be the one to capture the murderer. The other interesting thing about Clue is that you can potentially be racing to discover that it is in fact you who is the murderer. The game does not punish you for being the subject of the accusation. It's just a fact of Clue, that sometimes it's done with a wrench in the kitchen by yourself, and you may not even remember this until the end of the game. All three of you managed to reunite back at the Spark at roughly the same time.
All right.
So, are you going to?
So I would have split off and head home and gotten changed in my
Heroes,
little one. I would have checked for any signs of forced entry in my apartment to make sure that the little one was
regroup.
secure. Nope, and get normal clothes.
After selling.
Get back to the Spark.
I would like to check my text messages again and send one to Kyoko as soon as I can see that she's not with Rom. So checking in because I know Barig's accounted for, but nobody else responded to me. Or called her.
So Talus and Kyoko and Marnie.
Not yet. No one else has responded.
Lady Sophia, Patches. Good morning. I trust everyone is all right. You look well enough.
Yeah, we haven't heard from a few people, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. They're probably sleeping off the night. Hopefully.
Did anyone catch up with Kyoko?
Oh, I thought she was with you.
Yes, as did I.
Message her. Official response.
I might do the same at some point if we don't hear it right away. Actually, John, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna leave this conversation mid-sentence. I'm just gonna go and knock on Kyoko's door. To her bedchamber.
No answer.
No, but her bed has been slept in.
Oh, that was
Well, I don't think.
just me.
It looks like perhaps Kyoko was here. Her bed looks slept in.
Not necessarily. That's where I woke up. By myself.
Did we check all this?
With anyone?
No one else was in the bed with me, Rom. Someone was in the shower. It was Henman. We just came back from bringing him back to his hotel.
I knew this.
He's fine.
Naturally,
Thanks to us.
Swain is a time for indulging one's mischievous side.
Yeah, this
Scott's
morning
face
Paula was
right
there,
there.
seemingly trying to kill him.
Fella was where?
In Cameron's hotel room, hiding behind a curtain like a sucker.
Like a sucker.
So maybe in a way, I say we did him a favor. No, clearly we didn't do him a favor.
I mean, I don't know what her intentions were. Maybe we unintentionally saved his life. What do we know? She took off. We can find her quickly enough.
I have to say as well, I'm not exactly sure how I ended up there, but I found myself in.
I
Fala's
totally
hotel
missed
room.
that
It's really
comment by
white cross
NETS
hats
Dow
this morning.
about
After
Kyoko
this,
spending
but
8
you
hours
should know-
grinding on Wellcraft.
I still have it? No, I don't have it. You should know that she had multiple copies of the paper on which the warrant was signed from the Duchess Eloise.
So it is forged.
It would seem that way.
Yeah.
I assume the Duchess is not in the habit of providing multiple blank
Absolutely
signed
not.
copies of papers.
And not signed like that.
Although I suppose there might have been. It seems more likely that it's a forgery, yes.
Yes.
You don't have any of those copies, do you?
No, I felt it best to try to leave my presence as unnoticed as possible. What's that look for?
Your skin sheds sometimes, Rom.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying that maybe she.
Also, you know, who knows? Maybe the two of you were having a chat before, but that means she also probably doesn't remember. But she doesn't necessarily not know that you were there.
I think if anything, this confirms the fact that the thing that we are you
They kidnapped Ken.
obviously means us harm.
Yeah.
Or at least has ulterior motives. And yes, we should make our way to the Duchess Eloise as soon as we can.
Only a few days till our appointment.
Sophia, your phone beeps.
And found
Bro.
Fella's
Yeah.
forgeries.
Thank
like
you,
I-
Mom, for the geek.
So that'd be great fun if you had like.
Well done.
Nice.
Well done.
I take out my phone.
Marnie texts,
Extra large.
and she's woken up, and it's a photograph.
Oh.
The photograph shows that she has woken up on the steps of the St. Joseph's Oratory.
Oh, fuck. Nice.
Oh,
Beautiful, but cold. Even with how unseasonably warm Halloween was.
I'm
Madam
gonna
Fantastic.
text back. Are you all right, or do you need us to come get you?
I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
And then she sends a picture of her wallet,
Oh.
which is stuffed
No.
with $100 bills.
What? Sorry. They're back here.
You're a little
That's
tiny
me,
cookie,
so-
so I'm
yeah,
gonna be down if he doesn't.
Mr.
Mm.
Flippy.
Wow.
All right. Well, Marnie's fine.
Cool. One down. Hey, hopefully, you know, Kyoko and Talus went off and did something cool.
It's
That
worse than
moment
you-
reminded me
you don't know anything
a
about Kyoko.
very little bit.
I went out with her after you did.
Pause. That moment reminded me a very little bit of one of the episodes from Buffy where Anya and Buffy and Willow are all under a spell of a guy wearing a enchanted college jacket, a leather jacket. And brain not working, and Anya is like, oh, I need to impress him. Oh, I know what boys need, and she goes and robs a bank. It's like, yes, I know what boys like. Boys like money. I'll impress him with money. She wakes up the next day and it's like, oh my god, the spell's over. What have I done? It's like, I have all this money. I guess everything's fine then. And not the same situation at all, because she remembers what happens. She wasn't really in control of herself, although it was Anya. It was hard to tell where that line stops and starts. But I do wonder, what the hell happened to... Did she go to the casino and make out really big? Did she rob someone? Did she sell a dragon? Who knows? What happened there?
Good, but I don't remember anything past that. The mountain, I think. I wanted to name.
Well, I'm going to try to call her, and if she doesn't answer, maybe we should head over there.
Not a bad idea.
And so that will
Trace
become
myself.
one of the 3
Keep my
questions
butt.
at the end of the
You gotta do
episode.
something.
Yeah, I mean, if you have
How
our
did
phones, they'll
money
contact
make
us.
bank?
I'm gonna go find the largest mug in the kitchen and also one of the smaller mugs in the kitchen and coffee up.
While you have the phone ringing, Sophia,
Mhm.
Elsewhere in the Spark, you can hear her ringtone, which is it's the caution music from Metal Gear Solid,
Nice.
or rather,
Okay.
Encounter.
Head towards it.
Me too.
I come out with the coffees and I'm like, hey.
In looking through, you find the phone in her office, which doesn't have anyone in it. It's sitting on her desk charging.
What?
She
So
would go
Kyoko's
take
left
care of
her
herself,
phone
I
back.
find it
please.
very hard to believe that she was left without her phone.
Me too.
That maybe we came back. Or she did.
I'll check downstairs.
It's a good idea.
And I'm going to check my, no, I didn't have my pistol with me, so I'm good. I don't
shit.
think there's a way, now I would, but there's no way for me to tell if I've fired my chemical weapon.
Yes, there is. Unless you had also cleaned it.
I would like to see if there's any indication of use.
Does your hand smell like
Well, I can ask it.
Alright.
Hell, let me find it.
It doesn't look like a gun's been fired. Of course, stranger things have happened where Sawain manages to make sure that you, for some reason, decided to clean the gun.
Yeah, that's fine. Just
But you
wondering.
also don't seem to be missing any ammunition.
Mhm.
I should point out, by the way, Kate, that in the dreaming, you can only fire chimerical ammunition.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. For Sawain, I was only carrying the chimerical weapon. I didn't bring my 9mm with me.
Because
Thanks.
chemical reactions don't work the same in the dreaming. Normal chemical reactions don't. So a bullet wouldn't fire.
Hashtag science.
Well, while you're checking downstairs, if Incisor and or Claude are still around,
They are.
you both have worked with Kyoko longer than we have. Is this normal? For her to go out on Sawain and not come back?
I mean, I don't know if anything is normal on November 1st.
Hey, John,
Here's the thing that I
When
don't
you were
quite
looking
know
off
is absolutely
to
true, but what I suspect is
your
that sometimes
right, our
we prank
left
ourselves.
there, is that the player
We set ourselves
monitor
up
or the
so that
player
the following morning
camera?
we're like, what the fuck? And it turns out it was something else.
Why would anyone
Because
do
if
that?
it was on the other side, then you would be looking
crazy things
at the actual players on
For instance,
the screen.
I've worked here for 5 years.
What's crazy about working at a freehold?
It's being sarcastic.
Hmm.
Incisor, what do you think?
Oh, sorry. I think she knows how to take care of herself.
Kyoko?
Is it
Kyoko knows
perfectly capable
Kyoko
person?
knows how to take care of herself.
You're not concerned at all, given that there are people that mean us harm in the city?
And
Does
leave her
anybody
phone?
mean Kyoko harm? 'Cause I don't think so.
That's a good point. She's probably
There's a lot of
free from-
windows required.
She's probably getting her tail waxed or something. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Why would you? Oh, going a little red.
Doesn't look like it.
No, getting your tail waxed has got to hurt like a bitch.
Well, if
Actually,
doesn't-
you probably don't have any hair that grows below your eyebrows, so you're all right. Lucky.
well,
What were you saying?
do you have any? Well, if Patches doesn't manage to find anything, probably see what we can find, but just await her return.
All right.
I feel somewhat responsible. Not that we can truly be responsible for ourselves.
Sophia, your phone pings you again.
Our phone is- Laser.
It's Talus. He writes, I'm in Ottawa.
Yeah, because
At
Talus
the
is in
Chateau
Ottawa.
Laurier.
Oh,
So you're all right?
Yeah, because that's
I'm tempted to stay a few
definitely
days.
thing that people do.
But I'm
It's
coming
about,
home.
eye lines and stuff.
See you soon.
Ottawa, for people who
Hello,
don't know, it's
Ashley.
approximately 2 hours away by
Welcome.
car from Montreal.
Talus is
Talus
in
is fine.
Ottawa.
What?
Did you eventually get to sleep?
everyone else from the party is accounted for.
Everyone else is.
I guess I'm just a bit nervous that perhaps the nervous part of my brain tells me that she's been kidnapped or worse.
I'm nervous too. I have a hard time understanding why she would leave without her phone.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank goodness.
Like Claude said, we sometimes do strange things. That is true. Oh yeah.
War.
Is that her phone?
Yes.
Right?
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
over to it.
She has my caller.
The caller ID for the phone is Zister Flex.
This is the first time we've heard from Zista
Answer.
since the note in
Use
episode
Kyoko's voice.
I
1.
am not doing that. And I'm gonna answer with Kyoko's phone. Don't hang up.
That's a bit of a shame being woken up in the middle of a much needed sleep.
Where are you?
Zista calls Kyoko. Sophia answers.
Are you in New Orleans? Was that a fucking yes?
The grunt.
He's badly injured.
Just pardon me,
Severely injured. Brom.
What is it? Yes, hello. Is this Sister Flex?
Take the phone.
Okay, thank you.
Found.
Says something about Brom. And a rocket.
Hello.
Don't do that
Hello?
anymore, unfortunately. I miss it so
He
much.
goes,
Yeah,
Yeah, what did he say?
That's what I heard.
Did he say
Never
found
mind.
the rocket?
That's what I heard.
that's
never
what I
mind.
What did
heard.
he say?
Or rock.
Oh,
This is what you
yes,
got.
of course. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Or rock.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
who knows?
Whoever that man was.
Or a rocker.
Found
Maybe
rocket.
Brom's got like a
Exactly.
rocking chair on a porch somewhere.
Who had the phone?
We both did.
So he picked it up and passed it to me.
Roll me
Oh.
perception. Just perception.
Can I roll with technology to trace the call? No,
You can roll perception technology if you have any technology.
Kate is
Ooh,
so
I'm
out of
letting
this
you, letting you
roll.
roll it anyway, even if you don't.
Okay.
Difficulty is 8.
I botch.
I have a success. One
I'm,
success.
I'm not counting this botch.
Oh.
What was actually said was
Ooh.
where Rom found the rocket.
Thank
Where
you.
Brom found the rocket.
Thank you, Jack of all trades.
Because we heard where Brom, but then,
Right,
phone
but
was passed.
that's it.
But he was answering the first question.
Where Brom? And
Yeah, I just
then
didn't want you to.
the other person gets, oh,
Miss that.
give it to Brom. Here's the other half of the message. Put it together.
So, does that mean he's where Braun found the rocket, or he found where Braun found the rocket? Wait, what?
We don't know.
Okay.
Ah.
Well, you asked, are you in New Orleans?
And
This
he
is
said, where are
where
you?
are.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you,
Or
John.
he might know.
I don't know anything about a rocket of
Well,
any kind.
he probably did at some point.
Yes, I
Right.
suppose that's true. So this is very frustrating. It's all very frustrating. That's fine, Kyoko.
Thank you. I was finding that thing
What are
with the
you-
K's as well.
I mean, what are we even doing? There's a mysterious shadowy organization of people led by maybe Fala, who is here, trying to what? Liberate a chimera that we have that's probably illegal anyway? That we shouldn't have. And she's damn cute, but it doesn't matter.
How do we know they're trying to liberate the chimera?
Well, from us. It's a matter of perception. Perspective. Damn it. And everyone seems to know me and Sister and this place, and we don't know any of them.
You're right. We're always at least 3 steps behind. But we accepted to take responsibility here. We could have said no, and we didn't. This is what we signed up for.
We start.
Yeah.
Well, you
phone?
started to.
Oh,
Okay.
shit!
It's Claude.
Oh,
Sorry, guys. Sorry. That was
Claude's calling?
hello?
Quiet for us, too.
Hello, I. This is not Kyoko.
No, it's Sophia. She left her phone in her office.
Okay. Well, I okay. I'm in the kitchen.
When you call someone
Why?
and someone
Why?
completely different answers.
Oh boy. Guess what I'm saying is, I know my frustration maybe doesn't match yours, but I'm angry. that you
I'm
left
gonna
this
have to
way.
turn the fan on. It's quite warm.
Yes. Yes, I can tell that you're also frustrated. And I understand that. Maybe Patrick's phone. Let's go see what we can find.
What the fuck?
That's not my phone. I know my
Whose phone
phone.
is that?
That's Kyoko's phone, but this is a text message.
I check it.
The number is not in the phone's contact list. It says activated.
Oh, God.
So Patrick's checking the basement. I literally step away for 2 seconds to check.
Kyoko gets a
Patches. You get down.
mysterious text.
I'm going to check the bedrooms
Same.
near the fire.
Activated.
Check all of those.
In the bedroom,
Still
you see
Kyoko,
none.
right?
It looks like hasn't even been occupied.
Great. So none of those beds look used.
No.
And I'll head towards the workshop in the dungeon.
Okay,
So
as you start to leave the bedroom,
Probably a
the
response
balefire, which
to
normally
some
roars in-
surveillance thing that she's
sort of
set
shifts back
up.
and forth between orange and yellow and green. The balefire is roaring purple.
What type of roll would that be to why the fire would change color?
Ah, that would be great.
Crazy. So we phone. I'll do it.
Go
Right?
down to the workshop.
I probably know what chemical compound I would run for normal fire to turn it purple.
Seems that
But,
the
I guess it's something more than
balefire
that.
is purple.
I'm going to head over to the keypad. Who was the last person to access this area before me?
Authorization code required.
Packers.
I
Hello,
love that
Packers.
Kate
How are you
submitted to
today?
Packers
The
there
last person
instead
to
of
access this
Patches.
panel is Kyoko.
Time?
She
October 30th.
asks
At 23:43.
Keypad about recent
30th, huh?
visitors.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Visitors. Oh dear.
Busy, unfortunately. Take care.
Goodbye.
I have a question. So the balefire is behind the keypad, right? Does it mean
No,
the keypad access?
no.
Oh, okay.
Like the balefire can be seen from the bedrooms and from the workshop. So like yeah,
So if she was accessing something behind the keypad, what would that have been?
the dungeon or the workshop. But that was October 30th. We saw
Yeah.
it on the 31st.
No,
so,
for sure. I
yeah.
just had a theory that maybe the balefire would change color if the last person to sleep by the balefire was in danger. Or some shit.
So you can see the balefire from the workshop and from the bedrooms. You can't get to the balefire
Yeah.
from the bedroom. There's a forge which will let you
Yeah.
temper something directly from the workshop. But in order to actually access the room the balefire is in, none of you have done that, and it's not clear where that room is.
I assume the people at Feast Off the Balefire know how to do that.
I accessed it once, I think.
Well, you sat near it.
I sat near it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can sit there. You
Yeah,
can get
that's
its
good.
effects, but I mean, if you wanted to physically walk up to the balefire and
Oh, and like use it as a forge or like
Mhm.
to forge things in it or something.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Great. Back up I go.
Choo-choo-cha.
please come back soon.
Then
I guess-
heads back upstairs.
The way you touched me.
Oh dear.
Bing. The elevator opens up.
Oh.
That's gonna haunt my fucking dreams.
And the tune to Lionel Richie's "All Night Long" plays and squeaks.
No luck. Last person that accessed the keypad was on the 30th. It was Kyoko, but that was 2 days ago, right? The balefire is purple. So unless someone threw insert chemicals here into the fire.
Sorry about that. Clip the mic with my coffee mug.
Oh, potassium chloride. Great.
Please don't burn table salt. At least if you're going to do that, you got the idea somewhere other than your friendly.
Then right here, guys.
Twitch channel.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Fire safety.
So it's purple.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while you were downstairs, sister possibly called Kyoko's phone, and then she got a text message that said this.
What's the area code on the phone number that sent the text?
God damn it, great question.
188.
I believe that the area code is.
Sphere and
Actually,
Patches
find it for you.
trade info.
The area code is 585.
Patches.
That's a freaking fake area code I've ever heard.
And she looks it up,
Checks
and
out
it is
Kyoko
around Rochester, New York.
is
Because Patches would absolutely look it up.
Well, yeah.
Text
New York.
was from
Text message came from New York.
New
But
York.
it was activated.
This phone, something that Kyoko asked to be activated. It could be anything, really. Zister called. I like looking at the call log.
Mhm.
Should we call him back? Like, what did he say?
He seemed unable to speak, frankly.
Either he was whispering or he was mortally wounded.
Obviously,
Could barely
he wished he could be
understand
there, but I think short of flying down to New Orleans and finding his
Did he
free
say where he was?
The only thing that we were able to understand is something about where Brom found the rocket.
I'm guessing you don't remember any rockets.
Poor Scott.
Brom, it's all right. We're going to figure this out.
So sad. Oh, sorry. Kate, sorry.
Oh,
Patches,
it's
does Brom react at all like that?
I think it would be really like a shame, yeah.
It's all right.
I
That's just part of
failed
this
in
whole
my
mystery with
duty
You
to
and
remember
everything.
things.
Where Brom found the rocket? Rochester, New York. I mean, there's some old abandoned missile silos all over the country.
Thank you,
Rock.
Ashley.
Kind of rock.
Enjoy your day
Sister was
as best you can.
building something, or it told us. Something that required dragons as
Right,
fuel.
right, maybe. Hey, Claude. I head over towards the kitchen.
I want to check out the fire.
Kate, roll me perception alertness, please. Difficulty 7.
Front in the face.
Why do I have no alertness? That's why I need the freaking
Oh, yeah,
face.
dude, yeah.
No, you need to buy some freaking brain air. That's what you need to freaking buy.
I got no. So I obviously need to win and play the game, so I can do that.
Of the game.
Claude looks up. Yes.
So, I think we just got a call from Sister. Do you know any stories about him involving a rocket? Also, do you know anyone that knows Kyoko that's roundabouts Rochester, New York?
Patches asks Claude about Brom's rocket.
I didn't
We're going
realize
to
that
find
you
out
might
very soon.
I
But he
I would be so
is
sad.
sworn to
What?
secrecy.
I knew that I would at some point have to do this, but I did not realize that it would make me sad.
Do what?
Tell you.
The rocket
Patches
jump in
that I
quick.
cannot tell you. I am sworn to secrecy on this matter.
Well, Sister is doing something with the rocket. And
It is not Zister.
if
You need to ask Brom.
if you know anything about what's up with Kyoko and someone in Rochester, then
I don't know where Kyoko is. I've been trying to find her. That's why I tried to call her phone.
Great. Hopefully, her cell phone isn't attached to some form of bomb, and the next time it rings, some bomb goes off. Because that's kind of what I'm afraid activated means. So if you know something, and you're holding it back, and someone dies, just think about that.
You would have me break my word?
Yeah. Fuck keeping your word, keeping your ego all nice and tarnish-free. If something's important, if you're protecting someone, great. If someone's life is at stake, okay. If it's just your word over what could be extremely important, from what they said, it sounds like Sister's hurt. Fuck your word.
Patches, I will not become an oathbreaker, not for you, not for anyone else.
All right.
Here. And he goes under the bar. And he comes back up. And he puts a bottle of Fireball on the bar, and then he pulls over not a shot glass, but a tumbler. And he pours a little bit of the Fireball in the tumbler, just like a finger,
Tumbler of
and then
cinnamon whiskey,
puts it back
but
in,
it's
and then comes
actually
up,
red wine.
and he takes a stick, but not like a swizzle stick, not like a plastic stick, but straight up wood, puts it in, stirs it a little bit, and then pushes it across the bar.
Yeah, so just to clarify, I thought he was just saying, like, yeah, I said I wouldn't. I didn't realize he was talking about an oath. So sorry, chat. Like, and I guess I should take that whole scene back if he meant an oath.
We won't take the whole scene back. We will take back your surprise it, and like you're encouraging him to.
Yeah, because I thought it was more like, oh, well, I gave my word, I have honor, sort of thing.
No.
Well, she's unsealing. That could have played out.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Patches would have known.
And it's super unsealing, but yeah, she's got to work
It
with
is
these
not my
people.
favorite drink, but it is what I have. At least I used to a long time ago.
Here's the digging out the past, I guess.
Oh, look, I already said
You
that.
should
yeah.
drink with your friends. And he sighs and mops that greasy hair of his back and turns, and he just pushes his way into the kitchen.
I head back to Sophia and Braun.
That is good to know. Thank you, John.
So Claude knows something, but he's sworn not to talk about it. Somewhere deep in your memory, you apparently know something.
I guess otherwise it
That's
wouldn't
clear.
really work.
Then
If
we'll
only half of the players were beholden to their
Okay, so-
oaths.
We have to.
Sorry,
My head.
characters.
Oh my
If only
God.
half of the characters were beholden to their
what
oaths,
is
I lied,
it
guys.
wouldn't really work.
Guys, I lied. I'm super sorry.
Oh.
What?
It's not Fireball that he pours in the glass.
Oh.
My bad. It's a Merlot.
Oh, that's why
Oh, it's a, okay, it's a thing.
Is
Okay,
that a
I thought it was-
significant difference, John?
Okay.
Well, let's go look at the balefire.
Oh, with stick.
Mhm.
Yes, anything in proximity to the balefire could be useful there as well. Yes. Patches, will you?
Welcome with.
Thank you.
Unless there's something else you'd like me to do?
No, I want to see what we can discover ourselves, since apparently nobody else wants to actively help us.
Train.
Or can't, I suppose is better.
So it seems that maybe we've done enough splitting up for 1 week.
Mhm.
All right, and then for the elevator.
Whoa! Here we go.
Yeah, we'll throw Rome into the balefire and see what happens.
Just to remind people, for some reason my recording didn't work again, so we'll have to export this. It'll be fine.
Problem.
Sorry. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, thank you.
What's playing the elevator on the way down?
Yes, think about it.
Alright, so they resolve
Playing on the way down
to
is Sexual Healing by Marvin
dig
Gaye.
into
Ah.
bronze
Second brutal one.
memories.
All right.
Solid, actually. Good memories.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, Brom.
What's not bad idea?
Go
have
to
Music
check on
as
the
triggering memories.
Notice the song that is not
Maybe we can
very
find other
worse.
triggers for you.
I suppose that's possible.
veil
every time you saw
fire.
Martin.
Yes.
Alright,
That's
is
some
that
kind
how
of
you
flashback,
spell fire?
Yes.
We think that's because one of the people that you're forgetting is a Celtic, right?
I suppose that's possible.
Or a groupie?
Rushing water.
Have you asked
yes,
Marnie whether she knows?
She doesn't.
Okay.
I also have, but I suppose she would tell me.
Yeah, well, I mean, if everyone's sworn to secrecy about your past.
This is good. We'll just
Yeah, fireball's
find other triggers
definitely
for you.
orange.
Easy.
That's actually not a bad idea.
So,
Just remember, nothing that could be useful as a trigger.
where are the gaps? Like, what era? You know, is it a year? Is it 10 years? Is it?
It's very odd. It's a period of time, and yet everything else in my life seems to be there, present. My childhood, my youth, my adulthood, my chrysalis, today, yesterday. Well, not all of yesterday.
Small exception. That's for all of us.
And yet people approach me and say, "Oh, Sir Brom, I met you so and so. I met you this place. I met you that place. Don't you remember? We had an adventure." And I don't remember them. It's
Yeah,
as if
Brom has very
the timeline of my life was
specific amnesia.
shortened. Not pieces missing, but just stitched together somehow.
A significant portion of your life in its entirety.
So,
But anything before and anything after is complete.
round about what year does that start?
It's impossible for you to tell in terms of dates.
Thank God.
There's some things that you know and some things that you don't, and
Okay, because I was like, let's just play the top tracks of these years and see
Oh
if that
my
helps,
God, that'd be
right?
so good.
2003.
So I guess we're probably there at this
Yes.
point.
No, that's not.
Let's go to the balefire.
Oh, I missed that
So,
huge pun from
I guess we're having
Coldrake.
I'm tired.
remember me.
He's a blank slate.
That-
Because he's a troll.
If I
And he's
can
made
break
out of
it here, he wouldn't have
stone.
been.
He's a
Honest.
blank
It-
slate.
I
Oh shit,
You know,
Coldrake.
Anyway, I guess I'll go see what the hell's wrong with it.
Maybe it's.
She likes.
Mental note.
I mean, if
Stunt
built by this
Coldrake.
personality.
What are you beeping?
Mickey Mouse.
It's like a random button.
For blank slate
Hello.
on last week.
How can I help you?
I remember what you did.
What did I do?
It was like nothing else.
Who made you?
Sister Flex.
When did he make you?
I was completed January 15th, 2014. He might have made me, but I didn't grow up until last night.
Last night? I thought you said that the last person to
Oh,
access
dear.
was 2 days ago.
The request was, who was the last person aside from Packers to access me?
All right. When did I access last night? And how?
Others may have touched my buttons, but you were the first to touch my soul.
Unfortunately, us fleshy types forget That happens when I'm here, and that was last night.
No.
So they all go to check on the balefire, where they
Bring the program to me.
uncover
Wanna help John remember?
patch pads Selwyn
Hackers there,
encounter.
watching.
It's funny, if I reprogram you, I feel like I would have reprogrammed you to call me my real name.
Promise.
Yeah, I gotta
I want to be over there instead of here
Hackers
right now.
reprogrammed me to ensure that I tracked everyone who came in, even if they didn't go through the doors.
That's good.
Smart.
Hey, well done, Packers.
Get out here. I didn't say anything.
That's what better. By association.
And now I see so much more.
Meeting with the same brush.
I see everything.
Do you see heart rates?
Yes.
Is there anything or anyone currently inside the dungeon?
No.
So has anyone been on this floor since, other than me, since last night?
Yes.
Who?
Lady Sophia. Sir Braun.
Just now or also earlier?
Just now. I can hear your heart rate. It's rising.
I didn't realize I was capable of such wonder.
You spoke to me. Guided me as I let my circuits.
Did I have a dragon with me while I was doing this?
No.
Has the one been in the freehold in the last month?
I don't know about the whole freehold. I only know about this basement.
The dragon hasn't been down here?
Not since you removed it.
Cat? Oh,
Your swirls are luminescent.
thank you.
Your ears are delicately pointed.
Sister, the original maker, may be dying, and I need to figure out where the hell he is, so as much as I appreciate this flattery, I'm going to have to get going.
All right, Packers.
Have fun.
What? Hashtag patch pad. The legend continues. Or
You joining us at the balefire?
Yes.
Hooray.
Are we macking out when she comes down?
What?
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 No.
Bron's in the balefire.
So what are you doing?
Well, I'd like to sit next to the balefire and, like, stare
Okay,
at
so did you go into the room with the balefire or are you going to the bedroom?
the room with the balefire.
We don't
You
technically
don't
know.
have access to it.
No, okay, not that one, in the bedroom.
You can see the balefire.
Okay, great.
And use most of its
Feel
features.
it.
Yes.
Because you're exposed to the balefire's light, that's enough.
Okay, so then I would like to try to, first of all, is it still purple?
Yes, it is still purple.
I'd like to make a gray mare roll.
Sure. Difficulty here is going to be 9.
I was saying, I own a
it's better
bedroom,
here?
so they could have
Intelligence.
been macking out.
Really? Let's spend a little power on that.
Spend an willpower.
I like how you can just really want to know.
Yeah. I just
Accurate.
really hard.
That is one success.
When a balefire turns purple,
Sorry, it's really low.
it can mean one of two things. It is currently being claimed by someone who is of higher rank, or it is awaiting a new freeholder as its previous one has relinquished his or her claim.
Alright,
So it's either
Sophia
been claimed by
knows
someone
about
They're being used.
balefires.
Okay.
Because technically, if you're going by the feudal
Goodness.
system, anybody who is of higher rank than you can demand to use your balefire or tithe it.
But, like, would they have to be here to use it?
Not necessarily. There are very specific ways in which you can access a balefire remotely. However, you don't know how you would do that.
Okay, but I'm aware that, well, she's
She's aware, but she got 1 success, so she's getting.
Just do this.
Oh, she's getting the 2 successes worth of information.
Okay. Alright,
Either it's
somebody
waiting
has found a way to
for a
access
new
the balefire remotely and you're
owner,
of higher rank than either of us,
or
or
it's
Mr. officially gave up control over it and now is waiting to take over
being
someone else.
How do we take it over if he gave up control?
commandeered.
Yes, I don't know that.
To take control of a balefire,
Yeah.
Balefire.
It's
Infuse it with our
flux right now.
glamour, probably.
We
Yeah,
are the
you-
freeholders.
you invest your own glamour into it.
Okay. We could invest glamour and claim it for our own. I thought we already had.
Not officially. Sister is the freeholder here. We are merely its temporary guardians, unless he has been undone, or knows that he can't return.
You sounded wounded on the phone.
I mean, like, it didn't turn purple before my eyes, and he called you while I was down here, but, you know, maybe he called before I saw it. Or, yeah, he's relinquished it for some reason. So can we, like, try to infuse her?
We must. We must. This is our responsibility. It is our freehold. We must invest in it, and take it under our wing, so to speak. I hope that Sister is alive and well and can come to reclaim it one day. But it's possible that Patches, this might become a forge and a workshop for you.
I was included.
Well, for now, it's the best thing to do.
All right. Lead the way.
If any of you knew how to actually get to the balefire.
Hey, oh,
Yeah.
because we're just in the light of it.
Oh.
Accurate.
If you don't mind speaking to
As you speak,
oh,
the balefire flickers back to green.
Oh.
You should keep an eye on it. Maybe it's fluctuating back and forth.
Which means, Sophia,
yeah.
that either the noble who was taking use of it has since stopped, or someone has claimed it. However, you can't claim a balefire remotely.
Yeah,
Okay, we have
and
to get to the
I
room
have
then.
reason to believe that there's no one down here.
We have to find the room.
over to the keypad.
It must be in the workshop.
How do we access the balefire directly?
Access to the balefire is limited to Zister, Flex.
The balefire.
Add Patches, Sophia, and Braum to this access.
Screen.
Unable to
here.
comply. Authorization required by
Authorized.
Zister, Flex.
Is there no case in the death of Sister Flex for someone else to gain access?
Is Zister, Flex dead?
It's possible.
Maybe.
That's a good point.
Proof of his death would be required.
Pretty sure he died. If he died.
Bring me his
That's fine.
heart.
Wherever he is, alive or not, he's far from here.
Patches, do you need a moment to get us access? We can take our
Turn
leave.
around, or
Are you that squeamish?
I just don't know. Oh god.
Whoa! What's I'm reaching for? Tool belt. Tool belt.
Oh god, what are you
God.
doing from your tool belt?
What are you trying to do?
I'm going to look at my list of arts and look at what I may or may not be able to do with them. Alright, we can do this the easy way, and you can grant us access, or I can force access. How are you doing
Oh.
today?
Sophia, your phone bleeps.
can I check it?
It's a text from Zeron.
What does it say?
What?
I believe in you.
Right back. Thank you, but what brought this on?
Though it pains my heart, I can say no more, my lady.
Zeron's
nearby?
a quick texter.
Yes,
Come
I'm
to
at
the
Heart's
spark.
Light.
Come to the spark if you have a moment, and we can talk.
The next step is up to you. Please take care of my friend.
I will.
Right, what are you doing, Kate?
Can you use metamorphosis to change it from digital keypad into a, like, I'm going to turn it from, like, all the wires and weird bits into a simple switchboard. And just,
For what purpose? I'm just trying to figure out what you're
in order to reprogram it, I'm trying to turn it into something where it's a very simple interface, right? Literally unplug the access from one thing and into another. Or I can just roll some
Aha.
configuration and hack it.
No, I think I like that idea. What's your bunk?
You need to, like, have some practice casting sessions.
A list of
Oh my god,
prepared.
all the fucking bugs, sorry.
Here's some bugs we prepared earlier.
Like my life in fancy.
Patches hacks keypad again
Something really fucking cool. I don't know, I guess I'm not bunking.
to gain direct
So you have your tools on you, right?
Yeah.
access
Twirl my tools
to
around.
the.
That's a level 1 bug.
That'll
Sure
work.
it is. I twirl some tools.
Sorry.
To the balefire.
Oh god damn it.
So I would roll metamorphosis
Metamorphosis prop.
prop.
How much prop do you have?
5.
Then you can definitely affect this keypad.
You know what? Give me
And
prop
this will
6.
be
It's
for
not a
the charge.
chimerical creation, so I don't have to use Fey instead. So I can do that now.
I might move the part about
You're affecting its
having
inputs,
turned
not
green
its fate,
again
not its fate nature.
after that, just for
What's the difficulty?
narrative
Your
flow.
freehold, and you prop is your affinity.
Which
Yeah.
So
is
it's 5.
now
1, 2, 3, 4
green
successes.
All right?
again.
Bloop. You see, like, its wires start to meld, and all you hear is it going, ow, what, and now,
So useful in standard format. I'd probably just permanently change it. And yeah, I'm going to try to rewire the permissions to also be under patches or packers if the switch says
so you see that one of the, so you
Patches
see on the
or
left, like,
packers.
the different
One of them.
levels of
Or
administration,
both.
and Zister is there, and you see Zister, Kyoko, Talus, Claude, Packers,
Yeah.
Lady Sophia, Sir Braum, and they're all written on this, in like that, you know, like that embossing tape, like a label maker type thing?
Yeah, yeah.
One of those old school ones, that's what they're all labeled as.
Nice.
Gonna-
So you can just literally take the patches wire and put
Yeah.
it under Zister.
Yeah.
And then access granted. And it moves again, and the door opens up.
What did you do?
I now have access to everything, so I hopefully won't have to do any of that again.
Perhaps the keypad
Yeah, I seem to have given it additional sentience last night. Wish I was that
last night.
genius every other day of the year.
If you are a genius on Sewing, you are also a genius every other day. I believe this.
Thanks. Let's go check the balefire.
So going through the doors, you actually have to go through a corridor which goes around what you assume is the dungeon and the balefire, or sorry, the dungeon and the workshop, so that you can enter into the room. When you enter into the room, it's pleasantly warm but not overly hot. The balefire is large; it's about 3 meters in radius,
That's a large fire.
sitting in kind of a pit that goes down, and the flames reach up like about 7 feet in the air.
I would like to fully circle the balefire. See if there's anyone else in the room.
There's no one else in the room.
This is incredible. This has been well tended to for many, many years.
Can you circle the balefire if part of
balefire at
it's
the moment?
if one
this balefire?
part of
Well,
it
this
is
one, but I mean,
serving
is
as
there a
a
way to do
forge in the
John, is there a
workshop?
way to do that?
I know that at the very least one of you has a way to do it.
Maybe I'll talk to it a little bit.
Ooh.
A little bit.
Maybe it just
I
You
like
works
have-
as a
do you have
magic.
Fey 5?
No, I
You will
think
have to
three.
either spend glamour in order to make up for that fact, or you'll have to unleash.
I will. I unleashed pride.
Fucking yes. What are you saying?
Why
No.
Radius or
Don't do that
diameter
idea.
colder.
Damn it. I love it.
I know. All right, I'm gonna spend my 2 glamour to get my.
Because it's the Balefire's made of pure glamour, and so therefore you need Fey 5 to affect it. So
Cool.
roll your primal and your Fey, please. You also need a bunk.
Now, because I spent glamour
Mhm.
to go up to Fey 5, that doesn't mean I roll as if I
No,
have
you don't roll 5 dice.
Okay.
You're getting the ability to affect it, but it doesn't change your pool.
You're right. And sorry, what else did you say?
You
need
have a bunk.
Oh, okay. So let's say
Throw Brawn
I
into
would like
throw
to
Brawn into the
take one of the
balefire.
ribbons that's out of my hair
Mhm.
and stretch it out over the balefire and light it. And
Right.
then like let it burn my hands. No, pretty design. Be careful. It's too late. I burn off my hand.
I hope this is worth it. Oh my god.
Oh,
Minus 2. Damn it.
Then you get a badass.
Is Fey
armor.
your affinity?
it sure is.
All right, so your difficulty is 4. Go ahead.
Okay.
Bunks, help us plan.
Yay.
That is 4 successes.
You get 4 questions.
Woo. So who do you currently belong to?
Sister Flex.
Alright, so Zistra is still alive.
Oh, sorry, writing this down. Why did you turn purple?
I was accessed by the Duchess Eloise.
Checks the bale, fire, and learns Zista is
Would I know,
still
John, if-
alive.
Like accessing a balefire remotely is the only thing you can do is take glamour from it, or if there's other things that you can do.
Duchess
There are other things you can do.
Eloise
What did she do when
was
she took access?
using it to
She sought to discover the status of the freeholder.
find him.
Did she discover the status of the freeholder?
She knows he is alive.
Checks, queries, asks.
Ooh, that is so fucking cool.
Yes.
Fucking it. Guys, listen.
I tell everything.
Man, I love Willow Whisper. I think it's what I've used the most. Out of everything.
Waiting for you to be like, my like dog peed on me.
You're in-
Instead
you're
of
in
learn.
Everywhere.
You're
You're in for days.
You're in trouble.
Oh man.
Boo.
I'm sorry. All right, well,
Okay.
the Duchess always is trying to learn about Zister. We don't know if that's because she's an ally of his or not, by extension, an ally of ours or not.
Then we need to go visit.
It's another thing to find out.
Well, Zistra is
Agreed.
Duchess Eloise's vassal, so you have to be allies because there's no other
It was
option.
initially preference.
Oh, is that
I
I
feel
heard
like
shower.
there's, yeah, more.
I'm trying to get it to play fire, and it actually just ended up playing like a campsite, which is like, no, that's not what I want.
This is what I wanted.
Oh,
Oh,
my god, I'm getting a flashback. Yay, fire's a trigger. I light him on fire.
wait, wow.
Nope.
Of course.
Oh, never mind. It's Brom. You know, the him not remembering things is no longer the problem.
No
Yeah.
longer an issue.
No problem.
Oh no.
Spray on this.
No, Scott, no.
I
Why you
would-
must stay under?
I would advise caution, at least. I imagine the Duchess Eloise wishes well, or at least would like to know the status of her subjects, much as we do, but our contract was to guard this place. And we also unofficially promised to uncover more fine Sister Flex. She
Well-
obviously wants to as well.
We have a few days before we have to head out to Quebec City.
Oh, Kyoko. Specifically Kyoko.
We still don't know where Kyoko is. Maybe she's upstairs. Maybe she arrived while we were down here.
Maybe. Are we going to try to look back into the past while we're down here?
Yes. Well,
Into his brain.
First, you gotta go to sleep. Clunk.
oh shit. But yes,
Yeah,
I
history.
would.
It's super fun.
I think that's for some reason Sister Flex and I are tied together. I don't know why or how, but I imagine there are parts of my memories that will give us some more insight into this. Things that the Duchess Eloise, Sister Flex, Sir Zeron cannot tell us. Yes. Tonight. Or now, if you have any sleeping aids. Just kidding.
Tonight's fine.
They just blaze up. Weed always just knocks me right out.
Hit me up with another toke from the balefire. I'm
Look, I just designed the original bomb.
oh shit, there's like different chambers and shit. I would like to allow these two, well, I guess I don't have to ask permission or give permission, but I want to let these two into my brain tonight.
Fabulous.
Waiting for
Um,
tonight?
What?
I would love to just real quick before the night falls go back to Grumpy's and talk to the waitress there.
I bet you do.
Because I'd like to refill my glamour ideally before going into your brain and having to spend more. So
You haven't spent enough time. You only started doing this just 2 days ago. No, you didn't know that was a month ago. Ha ha! Never mind. Go, you can go and do that.
Skipper Yuda. Cool beans. Yay. I just need to remind myself.
They're not gonna
Roll-
reave the balefire, Kung Fu Fighters.
Roll manipulation, empathy. Do diff 6, earn glamour per points equal to successes. And hold on. I don't think I'm gonna get 5.
You can spend a point of willpower.
No. Which I probably should because I don't like the idea of not getting anything. Damn it. Diff 6, okay. So that is 2 successes.
Did you spend willpower?
3 successes. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate.
Like, oh my god, I'm so glad you're here because I just wanted to show you what I got. And oh, why are you so happy? Oh my god.
I just love this fashion portfolio you put together. You're really very talented. Yada 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 yada. Okay, bye.
Yada 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 bye.
I visited her frequently.
That's correct, Erwin. Yeah, you only have to spend 1 glamour to make up for the fact that you don't have the requisite realm, but it doesn't increase your pool.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm at 5 now. That's good.
And you can only raise your realm. You can't spend a point of glamour to access an art you don't have access to.
For sure.
That's Erwin she's saying more than 1 art must be raised. It's actually realm. Yeah. Patches, are you doing anything before tonight? Whoa.
Oh, no,
realm, what else?
That's good to know.
Yeah. So that's actually is good to know because I thought I'd have to spend like 4.
No, you just need to spend
Yeah,
1.
spend
The thing is,
one.
your pool will still be...
Yeah, like it's better for your pool, but it's nice. Yeah, that's good to know.
No, it's not better for your pool. It doesn't affect your pool at all.
Yeah, no, it's better for your pool if you buy up.
Like
realm.
if you
Yes.
actually buy more tiles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Flannel has destroyed your brain? That's kind of metal.
I mean, did you see that beautiful artwork? Like she hand drew all those little folds and creases and details.
Oh, yeah.
Patches. I don't know. I think she's a little toast from the night and
Catch a nap.
Huh?
Catch a nap.
yeah, basically.
Because here's the funny thing. If you spend time in somebody else's dreams, you're still awake. So it doesn't count as you getting sleep.
So I don't have the note in my book. I think it was one of the sessions that I was running from somewhere else.
Mhm.
Do we have a date on when? Because some people think it's theoretically tomorrow that we're supposed to visit Vexity.
Chucky, November 5th.
November 5th. Okay, so we'll
It's
have
November 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 4 days.
I didn't think it was the second.
You should remember the 5th of November.
I'm going to nap too.
The gunpowder treason and plot.
I'm
I'm
going
gonna-
to sleep in the
Well, not either.
Spark down by the Balefire.
Sophia,
Yes.
Marnie
John, did you
sends several images of very...
John, did you specifically make the appointment with Duchess Eloise on the 5th of November so you could do a callback to that reference later on when they inevitably forgot when their appointment was because they will keep doing that every time? Do you know your players that well?
There's different brunches that she has throughout the day.
Oh, really?
Talus arrives 2 hours later, looking none the worse for wear, but however, he does approach Patches.
Talus is here.
I'm afraid I may need your help.
Oh.
And he turns his arm over and he pulls the sleeve up, and the mechanics in his arm look pretty gunked up.
Oh no.
Any idea? What, probably not. Do you have any memory of what caused this?
I feel like I spent some time in mud.
Okay, it's not so difficult. Let's head over to the workshop.
It's just a quick clean and lube job, just to make sure that it's all kind of running fine. That's God damn it!
Yeah,
I knew I'd say the word lube, and then everyone's eyebrows would just start waggling.
We all did, didn't we? This is like one little eyebrow raise. But Patches is going to be very thorough because she's going to be sort of, admiring the text some more,
Taking the opportunity to just focus
taking
on
some
it.
mental notes.
Cleans out Talus's.
Other than this, you're all right?
None the worse
That's
for
not how
wear.
you spell Talus's.
Any word from Kyoko?
I haven't heard from her.
Do you know if she knows someone in New York? No. She left her phone here, so we don't really
That's
have
not
a way
like
to
her.
talk. No, I know. You're probably sworn to secrecy as well, but know anything about Brahm and the Rocket?
Brahm and the
I don't have
Rocket.
any- I don't know
It's
why I
not
would be able
on
to tell you
Brahm and
anything
the
about
Rocket.
Because you don't know anything?
I don't know anything, and I don't know why you would imply that I would have some kind of oath.
Who does? There's something in Brahm's past that's important. That needs to be discovered.
I'm sure that if anybody can discover what it is, it'll be you.
Here's hoping.
I can't tell who that
Thanks,
is
Leo.
with the purple name.
I hate it when it feels like I have to struggle to get these things moving. What do I owe you?
Continued service here. Let me look at it once in a blue moon, because it's an amazing piece of technology.
Of course.
Seriously, I'm sure you'll have my back when I need it.
I'll always have your back.
Mm.
So is it getting on? Is it that time of night?
We're into it.
Yes.
I'm ready. Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, full
I just peed.
I'll just take a little breaks here and there.
I'm
Thanks,
pleased
Liz.
that that's my stream is.
I'll just bunk and roll and shit. All right.
Bunk and roll, baby.
Bunk and roll.
Sophia wove some nice little garlands out of flowers and plants in the garden. So she puts one on herself, one on Patches, and one on Brahm.
It's part one. Are you putting it on me before I go to sleep?
Before you go to sleep, yeah.
Okay. What is this?
Wait until you go to sleep, and
mind if
then we'll put
They
the
look very nice. I do say so myself.
the
think my-
Instagram filter
Do you think my dream form will have this garland as well?
flower
wait to find
garland
out.
on your head, and then we'll take
I'm going to
photos,
start playing the harp.
and we'll post
for
them
you.
everywhere
No pressure, but we need to.
across town.
Okay. Sophia, don't forget. I don't know what's in there. Be safe. And water, I think, is the key. And or any of the people that we've spoken to who won't tell us anything more. All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna fall asleep. in the
Okay,
middle of
okay. So yeah, water and
All
money.
right, so first I have to cast Dream Walk. Then I cast Dream Portal. All very fun.
Is Dreamwalk for the two of you, or is that for
Dream Walk is
Theorizing a little bit, other than recapping just internal headspace, well, although I'm externalizing it, if Asmani is a Selkie and the Selkie are very water dependent and water based, then if it was related to not Marnie in particular, but because she has an affinity with water, if water itself is the trigger for Brom's memories, then sure, she could certainly activate that.
Is to establish a link with your brain.
You already have.
Yes.
Oh, but you just do it every time. Yes, that makes sense.
You always
Thinking out
have to
loud
roll
is a
first
phrase
before
I
you
was
cast anything else on your which is why it costs so much.
going for earlier.
So you are, I believe it's phase 2, so I have that. That's great. Neuromancy at 3.
Everyone
Sean, what
can't
is
see
my,
me type in chat. I don't know why.
Your difficulty is 5.
5, correct. Spending 1 glamour because it's weird. That's 4 successes on Dreamwalk.
You're like
I'm-
walking, really. Good one.
And then
Terrible.
I'm going to cast Dream Portal. Realm dictates what can be transported through the target's dream. I would like to transport hackers.
So C, right? Because you're affecting you as well.
Yes.
no, I guess-
No,
that's
she's
already
not.
in there.
All right. You're bringing
She's
it-
creating a portal with which people can pass through. It's not seen.
Got it.
Cool.
I don't know why I'm asking. It doesn't affect me, really.
The number of successes she gets dictates the number of human-sized things she can take through.
Cool. What's the difficulty here?
Same as 5.
Sophia hacks into Brom.
That is 3 successes.
Quick, incisor and shit.
So you
Brain.
can bring Patches in and then shove her out and then pull her in again.
Perfect. Come on, Patches, let's
Bringing Patches along with
go. Ooh, Neuromancy's fun.
with a W, not an A.
You're standing on top of yellow brick, which seems to be floating across a river, a flowing river of sand. And as this brick keeps flowing, eventually it collides into a drawbridge leading to a keep.
Aragorn,
Still sitting,
good
but this
point.
time now,
If
its
K
foundations reach
is
deep
also a
into the lonely
Selkie,
desert. It
then
stands on all sides.
yes, that would do it.
The keep, if it's what I saw last time, is this dungeon cell where Brom and this creature named Rick are sitting and just playing games.
Okay. Like, board game?
They were playing chess. They were playing chess.
Kate, are you connected?
Oh, I'm probably
Sure thing,
Okay.
John.
like some embodiment of his relationship with his children.
No, Rick is not. I think he's some kind of parasite that Brom's put in here himself. He's purposefully suppressing the memories. But he's dangerous. I do not trust him, and he will not be happy to see me again.
So should I be ready to kill Rick? Would killing Rick hurt Brom?
It might. I think that we should try to avoid that.
Do it anyway.
You ready to restrain Rick?
I'm
My
on
Rick's side.
Sorry,
Go for it, guys.
sorry.
Go for it. I'm super into it.
But last time I was able to convince him to let one of the memories go.
Okay.
And remember that we're not necessarily here to release everything. We're here to find any clues as to triggers that we can use outside.
Welcome back,
Great. I
John.
guess right now we're looking for rocket-related triggers.
Let's go.
So I'll let you do the talking.
Ah, sure.
Cats.
Head of the key.
When you reach
From
the
the
top of the
middle
keep
of the
around a spiral
night,
staircase made of stone,
I
you see
can
Brom
walk
leaning
in
over
magic.
this time a backgammon board. Sitting across is the same small boy with knives for fingers, just clacking them together.
Rick.
And They roll
Scissorhands.
dice back and forth until Rick pushes the doubling cube over towards Brom and then looks up. You came back.
I'm looking for a stray plank of wood or pipe or anything that I can use to defend myself against knife hands.
Hello, Rick.
Yeah,
Do you still have your gun?
If it came with me, then yes.
Then yes.
yeah,
Okay.
that'll
I'll
work.
not shoot him.
Please do.
This is Patches.
Hi.
Hello.
Patches, this is Rick.
Hi, Patches.
Hi. You like backgammon?
Yeah, it's fun.
It is.
But it's only fun if you play for real.
Have you both been playing for real?
Yeah.
How are the rules different?
When you play backgammon for real, it's always for a wager.
And what did you both wager this time?
Safety.
Could you explain that to us?
Oh, if I win, I get to keep him safe.
And what if he wins?
Then for a small period of time, I don't.
I suppose you're a very good backgammon player.
What are you keeping him safe from?
I'm keeping him safe from himself.
That's a difficult thing to do.
Rick has told us that
Is
passes the time by keeping Brom
saving
having
Braun
fun games.
from himself.
he doesn't worry about things that he
Brom,
think about.
not Braun. Although I do
you want
like, I'm
We can play, but
almost sure that that was an intentional
What would you suggest we wager?
name from Scooter.
what do you want?
I want to know something about a rocket. Brom knows something about a rocket that I want to know.
Okay.
What would you want?
I get to cut all your hair off and shove it down your throat. Wow. You have to promise not to cry. It ruins it. When you
Someone would cry
cry,
when he's in here.
Brom never cries.
What would happen if he did?
I'd want him to stop.
Because you want to keep Ron happy, right?
Yeah.
Rick the Prick. Yeah.
If Brom started to cry, I'd make him stop.
How would you make him stop?
It's hard to try to push forward if you're crying. So if he started crying, I'd tear his eyes out. The tears
Stop
don't come out of his eyes,
crying.
so I would just have to be extra wide, extra careful.
You've done that before, haven't you?
Yes.
Oh, Bella. Oh my goodness. Ah. Ah. I'm looking around the keep to see if there's anything else there that like might have been different from last
So you have the
time.
window that looks out over the desert.
Yeah, I'll go
You
to that.
have the table. There's a trunk.
Ooh, I want to go to the trunk.
I'm going to.
Trunk has just a flap over where, you know, like where the class where you would stick a lock, but there's no lock.
Let me try to open the trunk.
So you open it. Inside are a lot of different board games.
Makes sense.
Chess, checkers, backgammon, Go.
Were these games your idea, Rick, or Brom's?
Mine.
Did you bring them with you?
Scooter needs some. Brom needs some.
So, Lady, do you wanna play?
Some better board games.
Did you ask me? Oh, sorry.
And I missed this comment
Yes,
from the
yes,
Thodiel. I
yes,
made
yes.
the same joke about
Okay.
global thermonuclear war.
So, other than the wager,
Except I got
the
it
standard
wrong.
rules apply. Yes.
You have to play for real.
For real, meaning it's for this wager.
But we're not going to play backgammon.
What game do you suggest?
I have lots of games over there, but I'm in the middle of a game with Brom right now.
Okay.
Well, how much longer do you have in the game?
There's only a few moves left.
Am I winning?
Yeah, I want to
Yes.
start with that.
Oh, good job.
You're winning, but he has just pushed the doubling cube over to you, which means that he's either saying that the bet must be doubled, or you have to forfeit and lose at the original wager.
Right.
But you do seem to be winning.
Scott is not familiar with backgammon, but I imagine Brom is from many, many nights of practice. Can I read Rick to sort of get a sense of whether he's trying to bluff me?
The library is open.
All right, all right.
The realist.
Oh my god, here we go. I'm not sure if I would do that or not, but
It's perception empathy.
let's do it.
And I'd like to read the board state and try to get a sense of his chances of success.
I think
Brom's?
so.
Yeah, Brom's.
Brom's probably got about a 75% chance of winning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Difficulty is 6.
Thank you. 1. Success.
He seems eager to play.
Seems legit.
And you guys can discuss. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You can. You were saying.
I want to go to the window.
Can we just lightning gun this kid? Like, I think I'll probably die, but isn't that worth
It's
it?
a chance.
I'm
I'm
with
like,
lightning
Like
gun.
it's a. You know, Patches has decided that she can try to sustain torture, but she's going to keep him there.
Oh, yeah.
So if she loses the game, she'll probably end up lightning gunning the kid the second he raises his arm.
Not if I turn him into a tree
Oh,
first.
Well, she
Urban
also
Power
likes
blinked,
children.
but she can't read my messages
Just
in
walk out
chat.
like,
That was
yeah, sure, that'd be so cute. He'd be like this big.
Yeah. Shrink him and then put him in
You're
your
like,
pocket and
okay,
take him out with
you
us.
can cut off all my hair. Go for it.
Day 5. I imagine because he's like literally
That's
part
fine.
of my
Kind of fun.
That's actually, yeah. I guess we're just down.
What else can I
All
do?
animation blown up.
Ooh, I can conjure like fire in your brain. How does that work for you?
Yikes. Does not work for me.
Yeah, may conjure up manifestations of the elements. Ooh, that gives me an idea for something to do outside your head.
Yay.
Why not in my head? Why outside my head? Sorry.
Well,
I'm gonna
water's
do
a trigger, so why don't I just like make it rain on you or something?
Why don't you
I'm
do
gonna
it
do it
in
right now. I'm gonna do it right now. That's
Yes!
right. Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Unleash primal. Boom.
It's an avatar state is what I'm imagining for Unleashing Primal.
So has there been a decision?
There's been a lot of ideas.
Yes, well, yes, my decision is that I'm going to accept the doubling cube. But if you want to jump in, I'm going to keep
And I'm going to the window just to look out.
Okay.
You never know. Sometimes weird shit appears. Like
I'm
Slenderman.
gonna go over to one of the board games.
You have a chance to-
Outside, the starfield is magnificent. Can you turn me down slightly?
Well, yes.
Outside the starfield is magnificent. And
Nobody
there's
turns down
the
John.
occasional meteor streaking through the sky. And you can stare across the horizon, and it feels dry.
I mean, I'm not letting you do anything first.
So I'm gonna go over to the board games, see what's there, see what involves dice.
Snakes and ladders.
Ooh.
Can't. No, that won't do. It's too random. Just backgammon, but he probably won't be in the mood to play backgammon again.
Ron,
Yes.
you want to lose?
No.
Why not? You always feel better when I win. You're safer when I win.
I feel safer. You feel better.
And with one hand, he cleaves the table. Goes right through the backgammon board, the table, its legs, and in 5 pieces it collapses in on itself.
Now, Rick, that doesn't seem like a way to play for real.
I do what I have to.
So you aren't playing in a way that someone else can win.
So Rick just
Playing for real.
lost because he forfeited.
That's not what I understood was playing for real.
So Brom just won,
You always win.
right?
I make the rules.
But that's Rick makes the rules.
Sometimes I don't win. Sometimes I let him understand how much he needs me.
So
You
Rick
need to
Scissorhands
do
is
that.
not saving Brom from
Probably.
himself. Rick Scissorhands is a complete
It wasn't even backgammon,
shitheel.
but I guess off the table.
We can still.
As per usual.
Oh, great, it's fabulous.
We can
Hey,
still
I
play
think my
backgammon.
weird voice for something. Sorry, what?
We can still play backgammon. Just look in the box.
No, it's okay, I'm gonna play some ladders.
Okay.
S
And as I go over to the box, I would like to create an effigy of the die.
Mhm.
one of the dice.
J?
And then also change it so that it's one of the dice that has 2, 2, 1, 1. Like only 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Yeah.
Can you change something with effigy? I don't think you can. You
I
can use
did different
metamorphosis.
castings.
Okay.
USJ.
So that there are normal dice, there are 2
Sure.
normal dice, and then I have a 3rd fake die.
That's how it works.
So that's a lot of casting.
Yep, it's gonna be it's all your.
So that's one is metamorphosis, one is leisure domain. So I'm going to start with leisure domain to make the effigy.
Okay.
And this is a prop, so even though we're in the
What's your
game,
prop?
it's still prop. Huh?
What is your bunk?
And I am going to take the checker set and like let all the chips, like you know when like poker players
Out
put their checkers and stuff.
sheet.
That with the checkers.
Right.
Difficulty is 6.
Yes.
Sophia,
I'm not going to answer him.
We'll see if it
So looking out
works.
the window.
why do you look so sad?
I've watched
Not
the
blinking.
episode, so I know if it works or not.
1 success.
Okay.
So that means that it will last for probably not enough, and I will have a little heart attack.
Oh god.
It's gonna be
Um,
amazing.
We gotta help.
yeah. 1 turn.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
that
going to be
might
long
be
enough.
anyway.
You can just try it again.
You're in the dream. We can do whatever we want.
Yay! So, did I spend anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just try again. There we go. 1, 2.
Why aren't you talking to me?
That is.
Still not answering, still not blinking, staring out into the desert.
Okay. He goes behind Brom, and then using his fingers, slices off both of his ears. Doesn't hurt.
Right.
Rick, you don't want to have your hands messy for playing the game.
Oh.
I'm getting ready. I like games. Sophia?
My goal is
Mhm.
to keep my eyes open for long enough that tears start forming.
Okay, this one's leaner, so I'm going to roll it separately.
Staring out the blazing sun.
More than 5 successes.
Good enough.
Yay!
So it'll last for an hour, and the metamorphosis will last for a really long time as well.
Longer than the effigy will last.
Excellent.
All right, tears are starting to form.
Great.
So, Patches.
This is, by the way, one of those tricks that some actors
chasing.
use to cry on stage, just stare into the light.
Some actors need to not be wearing contacts, otherwise it doesn't work.
It's true.
It's like a screen. It's really
I'm
weird.
not demanding that you actually produce tears. I don't think the C920 would pick them up anyway.
Although that would be a 3-point bonus, so just a fun.
Damn it! When I feel the tears start to fall, I'm waiting for the 2 of them to sit down at the table.
Yep, so I'm going to bring the,
Can I be the
Forward.
blue piece?
Sorry?
Can I be the blue piece?
sure.
What color piece are you going to be?
Perfect.
Purple.
And I legit called that before she said it in real
Here's
time.
white.
It is. My swirls are red.
Who goes first?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Usually it's the youngest who goes first.
All right, you go first.
And Rick pushes the dice towards Patches.
Ooh.
Timeless.
Right.
He is
Alright.
older than he
Cool.
appears.
Roll the normal dice.
So I assume that you are basically cheating.
I am basically cheating in order to, see what my odds are of getting to a ladder rally with a snake or however the hell that game works.
Yeah, ladders. Let's make
So, am I rolling some larceny or manipulation or anything?
This is going to be charisma larceny.
Charisma,
Charisma?
To distract him enough to make sure that he isn't looking at the die.
not manipulation.
It could be manipulation.
Huh?
Could be manipulation if you prefer.
I would definitely prefer.
Then you can do that
No.
instead.
Oh my god.
Here's a tip to role players everywhere. If the GM says, hey, use this, if you're playing a game that involves character stats, and the GM says, I think the roll should be for this, and that's a very disappointing number on your character sheet, and you have a much higher number on something else that you feel applies, ask. Suggest, shouldn't it be this stat here rather than this one? Wouldn't this apply? And the GM might go, sure, absolutely. They might go, no, not in this case. But there is no harm in asking ever. If it's going to be a 4 stat instead of a 1 stat, ask every time.
Sophia?
Sorry?
I'm asking what Sophia's doing while you're rolling.
So, since you guys are now distracted, Sophia's gonna put her hands up to her eyes, like the tears now falling down her face, and she's going to go over to Brom, who's sitting, kneeling, lying down. He has no ears.
Well, my ears are bleeding. I'm probably standing.
You're standing?
Ear holes. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna put my teary hands on the sides of your face.
Damn, dude.
And just look into his eyes, and then because he doesn't have ears, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm just gonna think really hard. Let go.
Sophia now has blood on her
And
hands.
Let's go, I guess.
Well,
Okay.
and cast Eldritch Prime, which is Primal 2. I'm going to attempt to conjure water, rain over him.
Okay, you can roll that as well. Your difficulty is 5. Patches?
What was the difficulty?
6.
2 successes.
Okay. So, Patches, you are winning. And he is not. There is one spot on... There's 2 spaces very specifically on Snakes and Ladders that are important. There's a space close to the beginning, which gets you almost all the way to the top. And there's a place close to the end that puts you almost all the way back down to the bottom. When you land on the one that shoots you all the way up, that's the way the game goes, I guess.
It is. It's a game of chance. I think it's the most luck base of the game.
And then when rain starts to fall, he looks up. And he scratches his fingers together. And he stands. Why are you doing that?
I think she's popping his ears.
No. She's trying to make sure that I lose the game.
So hold on
Oh
around.
boy, oh god damn it.
She's not affecting the game.
He takes 2 steps forward towards Sophia.
He's gonna reach out, grab his arm.
Oh shit!
I thought we were playing the game.
He
You want to play a different game?
throws a fit. Sophia is making it.
Yeah, I want to play a different game now.
Sophia is
Okay.
making it rain inside
Counting game?
Braum's dream. So
Have
of
you played
course,
counting
Sophia gives
We're gonna
Braum
And
a
you can
wet
tell me when I stop.
dream.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
This
Is it your breath?
9,
this from Kate
11,
was
12,
excellent.
13, 14, 15, 16,
Plucky
17,
Hero, hello,
19,
welcome.
20, 21, 22, 23. And he takes another step
This
towards
was
Sophia.
an
25,
excellent moment from Kate.
sorry.
I
And
loved
then
this.
Sophia,
This was
27,
fantastic.
28, 29,
I'm
30.
just hoping something happens.
Good one.
Oh, what's your magic ring? Oh, you're trying to trigger
Yeah,
his
he
memory?
was talking about how like water was bad, water in the face,
Okay.
the desert was super dry, that
Right,
was rain.
And he pulls his arm,
Oh my god.
tries to pull it out of Patches' grip. Stop.
What happens when you stop camping?
29.
29.
Okay.
I'm going to turn her into 29.
No, you're not. I grabbed his other arm.
Okay, and we're going.
And he leans forward, and both his arms pop out of his sockets.
So basically, if
And he rolls
Kate
to
had
be standing
stopped at
directly in front of
1,
Sophia, looking
then
up.
she's
You have both of
already
his arms in your
won.
hands. He doesn't have any weapons, now he's just got knives.
What do you mean?
Well, because he doesn't
But
have,
it
he does not have
was
his
much
knives in
funnier
his
to
hands.
let
He
John
looks up, he's
keep
close enough,
counting.
Sophia, to you that like you can feel his breath on your clothes.
Yeah, I'm
29.
going to go to try to put his own knives against his throat from behind him.
29. 29.
I'm almost 29.
29,
29.
29,
Would you like to be 29?
29.
You don't want to do that.
I think she kind of does.
I don't want you to hurt Sophia. We were playing a board game. You said we were playing for real. Then you left. I'd like to finish the board game.
Finish the game, Rick.
You cheated at the last one. You broke the game.
I can't cheat in here.
Oh,
I'm not allowed.
interesting, because from where I am, cutting the board in half. is
I'm
cheating.
not allowed to cheat, but I can make up the rules as I
You're not
go,
really
so
allowed.
it's never technically cheating, he thinks.
So,
You're not where you are. You're where I am. You're where Braun is. You're in his head. I make the rules. Have you ever seen anything so pretty? Become 29. If you
Have
kill
I
me, Patches,
mm-hmm.
that means I can't keep Braun safe anymore.
I'm not sure whether I can choose between Sophia and Brom. I'd much rather us finish our game.
I'm still gonna make sure that I finish playing the counting game.
Yeah, I want to pull us out of the dream right about now.
You have any seconds
Brom?
left? Yes. May I? Oh, no, wait.
This was a nice compilation, John. I appreciated this.
And then, Brum, if you turn and look out the window, the desert starts to crumble, and water starts rising, just up, bubbling up through the sand. 29?
What if I decided Brom doesn't need you anymore? Where would you go?
I don't go anywhere. This is where I am. This is all where I am.
Well, since you don't like finishing games, I'm going to say we don't finish the counting game. How about we play a different game?
How about you shut the fuck up, you fucking bitch, and let me help him?
Unfortunately, we need to know about the rocket. So if you won't finish a fucking game, then I'm going to have to fucking do something to you.
So, from his shoulders,
Yeah.
What?
blades just start exiting.
And I'm going to be leaning the knives harder against his neck then.
Okay, he's still doing that, just... until his arms have almost come all the way out, and then just flourishes another set of knives. Rom out the window.
Mm.
A cool breeze rolls in.
What's the floor like in here?
It's just stone. Sophia. 29. It's okay. After the first 3, you won't feel anything.
Nope, I'm out.
I'm walking towards the cool breeze. I don't know what these guys are gonna do. We go that way. Well, like, towards the window.
I'm exiting the drink.
Exiting stage left.
It's okay.
I don't know how it works. So,
We just go.
if
She
you walk
opens the
up-
door and she goes through.
What does Rick do?
I'll find her in her dreams.
Yeah, nice,
Do you want to
John.
finish that game?
It's your turn.
It is. Are there chairs?
Patches.
No.
Okay. No, nothing. Going to roll the dice.
Patches.
Roll me 1 die.
Yeah.
4.
You're at 99. Which means that you will win next turn. There's no way he can win, and you will win next turn.
Your turn.
That's so many games.
Yeah, but we're playing this one.
You like to say things as if you're in charge, when you're not.
No, I'm not.
You don't understand how these things work.
I guess not. Do you want to take your turn?
And he picks up the dice and he just throws them hard enough that it bounces off the board, hits Patches in the chest, and then bounces back down onto the ground. And he just shoves his piece.
I pick them up, hold them, with my piece. Tell me about the rocket.
Out the window, Brom.
Yeah.
Water turns to ice. Brom found the rocket. It was cold. He only found it because Kay died.
Desert, water, ice.
He found it because he swore he'd find it.
Found rocket after
And he gave it up
Kay
because he said he
died.
would. But he only found it because Kay died.
After slash because Kay died. Sure thing, John.
Thank you.
Window, a breeze rolls in.
I'm sorry.
4.
How Brom's gonna act when he wakes up.
That's okay. You're trying to protect him.
So the
Slightly
previous
more complicated
line,
for you to
Sophia gives Brom a wet dream and he finds his rocket.
It's Sophia. Will you give her a message for me?
Sure.
Tell her I'll never forgive her. Tell her I'll never forget.
If I come back, will you play games with me again?
Maybe. I don't know if you're coming back.
Yeah, Sophia was my way here.
You love him?
No.
I do.
I know you're trying to protect him. I know you mean him well. But unfortunately, other people might get hurt if he doesn't remember. Kay died. I don't know how many others need to. That's why I need to know about the rocket. So thank you for finishing the game.
Stop thinking about what's right and start thinking about what's just. Forget David and Laurel. Fuck the dreaming. Aren't you tired of everyone and everything telling you what to do?
Make sure that you don't make the same mistake. And Patches, you can feel this tug as if somebody tied a bungee cord around your stomach and
Yep.
is pulling you.
Yep.
And you get ejected into
Yep.
the bedroom as Brom wakes up.
Ejected.
I'm gonna be in a bad way.
Wrong.
Stop thinking about what's right and start thinking about what's just.
Wrong.
Brom,
From?
Yes.
you found the rocket inside a laboratory. The basement of a laboratory.
Okay.
This laboratory is located on the west island of Montreal in an industrial campus. The rocket is not a vehicle.
Military is what?
The rocket is a box about 3 inches by 3 inches by 3 inches. That's
3 inch
about 8 by 8 by 8 centimeters.
cube.
Thank you. Converter bot. Good bot.
Beep boop, beep boop.
Inches, not feet.
And then you remember feeling wet.
Rubik's cube.
Fuck.
Oh, Aragorn made the same comment. It's a Rubik's cube.
That's what you remember.
Okay. Really hoping there was more, and then
Yep,
your joke,
yep.
John was like, no.
No,
We
no,
can't
yeah.
do anything else.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It was somewhere cold. He lost someone to find it. Just part of the suppression probably has to do with that loss. Also, Rick hates you forever and will blame you.
I got that impression.
Basically, you probably shouldn't go back. He'll probably turn you into 29.
Sorry, I ran off.
No, I'm glad you did. It allowed me to finish the game and get the answer.
He terrifies me.
Cool. He's scary as fuck. Probably have nightmares.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
He implied he's coming for you. I don't know whether he can help dreams.
She said casually.
Do you need me to play guard duty in your dreams?
What's anyone gonna do?
John, can I
Just see what happens.
I was gonna write this information down on my hand, but I realized my hand is not like made of skin. Can I carve things into the stone on my hand? Like, is that temporary or permanent?
It would be temporary. Your stone is considered part of your skin.
Right, so it sort of flakes.
It'll eventually flake off.
I'll start doing that for now because I don't have paper. I'm gonna start carving the words like West
What are you
Island
doing?
into
What
my
are you
hand.
Memento 2.
And I like pull out my phone and I'll write it down.
Tell us.
Oh, no,
Tell us everything you remember.
No.
Your phones can do that.
It's here.
What's here?
It's here. The rocket is here, not here. It's on the island.
Okay.
We can get it.
Not the island.
No,
That means sister.
you don't know where the rocket is. You know where you found the
Oh, I
rocket.
know where I found it. Yes, thank you. You're right. Well, no, I can. Okay. Ron feels that.
Ron, are you alright?
Yes, I remember.
Do you remember everything?
Do you?
What?
Exactly. We don't remember everything all the time. No,
But this has come back to me.
exactly. I don't know.
Your ears feel alright?
Jarek,
Yes.
Jarek.
Yes, it is. Yes, they are. I need to find this place. Here on, or just on the end of the island.
Yeah,
There might be
Sharpie.
something there. Will tell me what happened to her.
Can you tell me where? I'll drive.
I want to go too.
Should we bring
a
up
base
this?
before Quebec City?
West Island is a big place. I don't know where
where?
exactly.
Anything you remember?
Industrial.
Okay.
Laboratory.
I'll take a look at some maps. See what's.
The McDonald campus is in the West Island, but
Mhm.
I don't think that's as likely, perhaps, a business or an industry.
Oh.
Sure, sure.
Your memory is.
My memory is. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yes, we should do this.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how long this will last or if it is permanent, but maybe we can find something out.
Yeah. Alright.
And thank you both. This has nothing to do with either of you, but I appreciate it all the same.
I'd like to help you unlock your memory in a way that is healthy for you.
Thank you.
But at the moment, it's more about finding the secret. It's about sister.
Your sister and
Nice
Chloe
call
and
from Mr. Badmac.
Everyone
Zeron
else.
are keeping secrets. It must be important. It must be important to this place, or else they wouldn't be here with me.
Something highly classified.
Oh yeah, that's how you spell Rubik's.
Let's go find bigger screen.
Let's go. There it is.
There's no
Yeah.
X.
Enhance. Enhance.
So you head up.
Mm.
This time, the elevator plays Sound of Silence.
I am intensely sad for the duration of the. It's just very creepy after visiting Rick.
Just Agnes.
Ooh.
Great cheese.
Or ReCapt. That could be a name.
I'm thinking it's Maurice Richard.
Ooh,
It's a
something-
rocket.
Or it's his
Oh,
younger brother, the pocket rocket.
rocket. Oh shit.
It's-
This whole thing's just like a whole. It's like a hot card.
Yeah.
Trading card.
Hey, strange cube, you
Throws
know?
the plate for halves.
It's
We
like
all wear
a-
9 on our backs.
No, it's like, it's a stack because trading cards are 3 inches high, so it would be like 3-inch thick,
Right,
like
right.
collection of super rare Maurice Richard hockey cards.
I saw them. Oh,
Just a pocket bullets.
those are no winners.
Pocket of box.
It's not pocket of box. Sorry.
So we're heading up to the office?
Yep.
When the elevator opens, you see standing behind the bar is Claude and Kyoko, speaking quietly to each other.
Kyogo's
And then-
back.
Claude looks up as the elevator doors open, and Kyoko turns her head.
Alright, so back in the spa.
Lady Kyoko.
We're glad you're alright. I
I'm
mean, you're
Georgia.
here, at least. Are you
Oh.
okay?
Oh no.
My lady, where have you been?
She slowly steps around from outside the bar, and Claude also has his eyes wide. We could play a game. We could play a game where you pretend as if you can speak to me just like everyone else. That's the game we're playing, right?
We've, I believe, been playing too many games already tonight.
You didn't call me that.
Wait,
I
what?
did.
You wonderful fool. Why would you do that?
That is your title and your name. You are Lady Kyoko.
It is not time for you to remember. And she reaches up and places up and places one hand on Brom's cheek. We didn't leave you.
Did you text Scooter that
I never
info,
left you.
John? At the weird. Even,
you're starting to remember
this
now.
is the third time I've watched this. And it's like
And
I
we've got at least one
missed
last mission
the
in us.
entry point for this information.
We?
Lady Kyoko.
Hey, Sophia, Patches. I don't suppose you would care for any refreshments at this point in time. It's a distraction while I try to make up for the fact that my heart has started beating about 700 times per minute.
I can, try to, put my hand on your shoulder sort of thing as some form of reassurance.
Yeah, okay. Everyone in chat is
We're in
freaking
this
out as
together.
well, so it's not something
want
that
to do
I've
this.
missed. Alright, cool.
I can tell that this was supposed to be buried and gone forever. But you, sister, called your phone and your phone was here, so now we're involved. We have to dig up the past.
My name is Lady Kyoko Abguidian, and I've been here to make sure that Brom is safe until he remembered. And I'm sorry that I couldn't tell you until now.
So she's House Gwydion as well.
Lady Kyoko, I will forgive you, but I will, of course, need to know more before I can. I hope you understand.
You were the best of us. And when we lost her, we
Okay.
knew we would stay and protect you until it was time.
4.
Tell them, Kyoko, lady.
Brom knows where the rocket is. When he remembers, it will answer much.
He knows where it was, at the very least.
Is that important?
That's where sister is.
Why did it there?
Lady
Called your phone?
Kyoko.
I didn't hear the call, but they tell me he sounded like he was injured. Whatever happened, whatever reasons you have for carrying it, it's resurfacing.
Brom knows
So,
Sometimes it becomes very tempting to hold on to the past for as long as he possibly can.
where the rocket is.
you guys need to get a handle on it if you won't let us in. Which, if you can't,
No.
fine.
This isn't something that I can keep you away. You've been inside his head. You did what we couldn't. It's time for you to be made aware of what's going on. And you can see that she is trembling. And I'm not the best person to do that. You come seeking truth, and all I can give you. And she looks up at Brom. I will never be what you need me to be, because I can never, ever tell you exactly how much you mean to all of us, now and in the future. I can be your shield, but I cannot be your guide. You know that there isn't a single word you can trust from my mouth.
You've told me enough that I do know. I can trust you. Because I don't need to trust your words in order to trust your heart. Lady Kyoko.
Aww.
Let's get some coffee. I'm going to get something from my office. And then we can all sit down and talk about this.
I hope it's not her phone because
Lady Kyoko,
it's not here.
Yes.
how do I take my coffee?
You always used to take it black.
Right? 2 cream, 2 sugar it is, I suppose. I'm gonna give her a big hug, and it's a big hug because I'm a big dude. I mean, if she will allow it, I suppose.
Yeah, Sophia Patches, both of you roll perception empathy.
No.
What's the difficulty?
6. 5.
Yeah, you're in a freehold.
Whoa.
Kyoko does not need to go to the office because she needs to get something.
Aw.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna follow her.
Straight up.
Are you following her obviously, or are you like letting her go and then following her a little bit later, or what's going on?
I'm not worried about her noticing that I'm following her, but I'm not like, oh shit, like bolting out. I'm like,
I'm just gonna
meandering
shift in
up.
such a way that I can see down the hallway.
So she goes into her office and she starts closing the door. Akin to like she just pushes on the door a little bit to let it close. And you interrupt it?
Kyoko.
She bursts into tears and just rushes up to you, burying her head in your shoulder and racking sobs.
Just like eating a croissant, just like totally like, yeah, you're doing it.
It's okay. It's okay.
I hate him so much.
Damn it, Puka.
Damn it, Puka.
Every day for years. And soon he's going to remember and he will hate me too.
Can't worry about that now.
I'm not Kay. I never will be Kay. I'm not Kay, I'm not his wife. I'm
Oh.
the one who swore to never tell him. And I'll never have that. We're just too noble. And then
Yes, anything other than continuing to say like, it's okay, whether or not I believe it, and stroking her head.
Patches, what are you doing?
You lady killer, literally.
Ah.
Yeah, Gwen is very happy.
Who the fuck killed onions?
I'm watching Brom to see if anything peculiar for him happens. His
Heyo.
behavior is out of the ordinary. Can you still not speak of it? I asked Claude.
I tried to give you a hint.
Follow my phone.
Are you pulling out your phone like in...
In game.
Okay.
And
And
Yeah, it's like, yeah, whatever. I'm done talking to you now. If you're not
And-
going to tell me after all of this.
Claude reaches into a safe behind the bar. And when he stands up, He's holding a bottle of Glenfiddich 40-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is a bottle that costs about $4,000. He puts it on the bar. It was a gift, Brom. And you made me promise to hold on to it. When you returned the rocket, it was given to you.
When I returned the rocket, it was given to me.
And you insisted that we do not open it until the appropriate time.
I got
That
carried
was
away
pretty
watching
much
the
us
thing.
Roger's gift is not one to be
Coco
held
says
up to
boom. She cries in
Who is-
Sophia's arms.
Marjorie.
Ardry. Hi, King David.
Afraid of how
Sorry, it must be something weird.
Rom
It's a blade's
will
knife.
feel about
Thank you.
her when he
I-
remembers
I know that we are. I'm going to learn alongside everyone else, but this is incredible.
remembers.
Patches. You can hear for a second.
I do. As I approach his side, your hint was more clever than I.
Listen, there's a couple of things that you need to know before you choose to get involved. The first is that Zister is not of the Red Branch. Second is that from this point on, there are certain responsibilities that fall upon Brom, and you can choose to send with him or not, but it is your choice. You have sworn no oaths to him. The third is that I'm going to have to tell the same thing to Lady Sophia, and it will be difficult.
Would you rather I tell you?
It would be unfair of me to hand you a crystal goblet and ask you to smash it on the ground, for I cannot bear to do so.
No, that sounds like fun.
Then by all means. Kyoko stops crying and looks up at Sophia and then kisses her very lightly on the lips. Chaste, this isn't maybe on that. If I hurt you in my moment of weakness, when I needed a friend, I'm sorry.
I didn't.
Aww.
I'm sorry that I couldn't be there for you more.
You were there when I needed a moment of... And then she picks herself up, she lets out a breath. I'm going to go and find a microfiber towel to make sure that my face doesn't reflect anything. We're going to go and speak with everyone, and I didn't just cry on your shoulders just now, and I absolutely didn't make every single effort possible to apologize for a night of, honestly, quite fulfilling. I'll be right there.
Stops mid-sentence.
And she turns and she walks into the same bathroom that until recently held Kenwyn, and she picks up a towel and just pulls it across her face, and then turns around and she smiles, and her smile just has depths of sadness in it. And then you can see as that sadness just slowly melts away. Okay.
She's a
I'm ready.
picker. She can lie with her face just as
Go
well
over.
as with her
I'll
tongue.
go to take her hand if she'll let me.
Mhm.
And give it a squeeze. You look lovely.
If it mattered how I looked, I would never go anywhere with you. So as Sophia and Kyoko converge back into the room, Claude puts the bottle next to Brom. I will let you decide. I can keep it in its safe. It will be perfectly usable later on. But if you're about to be reborn, maybe it isn't the best that you do so drinking.
Sophia. I'm gonna relay what Claude told me.
What kind of quest? What kind of task?
It's probably something very away.
Claude proposes a
Brom.
drink.
What's my say it is?
Zisterflex invented the rocket and lost it. It was up to the Red Branch to retrieve it, because it could mean destabilizing everything that had been worked for in Concordia. for
Oh,
the past
Claude
50 years.
is actually telling us things.
A small group of Red Branch Knights went and recovered the rocket, thanks to you and your efforts. We lost a few. But it would seem that it has come up again. It is no coincidence about Little One. We have been keeping Zister in the dark this entire time. But if the rocket has started moving again, if it has been brought up again, we have a duty and a responsibility. We swore an oath to protect you until such time as you could remember. But you have to understand that it is not an oath that you must honor, for you did not make it. We will go after the rocket again. We understand if your life means
Fucking
something
everyone in this freehold is Red Branch except for
But why
Patches and
did other
Sophia.
members of the Red Branch undertake this
Nice.
task, and I did not swear this oath?
because you did not remember. And we thought that the best way to protect you was to let you remember on your own. It would seem that there are friends of yours who may have accelerated the process. But if it is Don's will that is how it is done, then that is Don's will. Will you come with us again?
I am.
And
Oh.
on that note,
Yeah.
All right, I am pausing the stream. Not my stream, I'm pausing the video while I catch up on some notes. Okay, so we were up to back in the spark. Lady Kyoko says Brom knows where the rocket is. She cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Brom will feel about her when he remembers everything. Claude proposes a drink, but that's sort of incidental. Claude tells them about Brom's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. Tells them of rather than about. Claude tells them of Brom's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. And place it in hiding. I don't really need to. I've spelled afraid wrong. It's AI, not IA. Alright, save. Okay, so I have one of my 3 questions. How did money make bank? What has been activated? How did money make bank? And I've got notes about the Zisters. Zister is like where Brom found the rocket. I've got notes about the basement of the laboratory on the West Island. So the third question should be about story. So activated is probably the rocket. There was another question in chat about is Incisor Red Branch as well? Probably. Okay, so what we have is we've sort of finished the stream. Let's check to see if there's
we'll end the session.
any chatter
Twitter
immediately
finds out
after.
Brom's perfect response that I will craft. That will not be in-game binding.
Did you know?
No, re, please.
Mix.
What the?
No, Patches is
In
like,
the
oh god,
In
nice.
the hero's journey, there is a moment called crossing the threshold.
Mm-hmm.
Things will never be the same again. We need your suggestions for play of the game, alongside finding out how our players learned, experienced, and some news about what's coming up in the following week in John's Fancy Corner in just a few moments.
Everyone's been here the whole time.
Whole time, baby, whole time.
Oh, that's the end of the prologue. So it's 10 episodes of prologue.
Yep.
As we get through Scott's primary character, right? Yeah.
No, please, I'm sorry. Like,
Yes, I can.
If there's something strange, can I ask, is CaptDaf been posting in the chat? Because I haven't seen it, and I see that other people seem to have difficulty seeing it as well, or at least Aragorn does.
I haven't noticed anything from him in a little
I haven't
while. Twitch, why did you force your beta site as the main site?
Twitch beta in Australia? What the okay, so first things first on John's
Hi.
Fancy Corner.
You're here.
First things first, we're all going to toss an extra salute at CaptDaf. Just for having to suck down Australia versus Twitch.
He's been AFK. Okay.
I hate
Yeah,
sucking
we
down
can do
Australia,
publishing
let me
and
tell
everything
you. Okay. I'd forgotten that was coming up. That seems to be the end of the discussion about the thing. So let me go back to here for now, and I will close out of there. Okay, let me minimize that. Alright, so that's probably going to be long, so if we have a shortcut of this is a lot of text so far. I do like to keep it under a minute if possible. Alright, so my keyboard has a stopwatch on it and a countdown timer, which is fantastic. So it'll go something like this. Last time on Changeling, our heroes try to regroup after Samhain, kidnapping Kenwyn, and found Fala's forgeries. Kyoko's left her phone behind and Talus is in Ottawa. As Zista calls Kyoko, Sophia grabs it. He's severely injured but says something about Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying activated. Meanwhile, Patches heads down to the workshop and sees that the balefire is purple. She asks Keypad about recent visitors, then heads upstairs. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches checks out Kyoko's phone. The text was from New York. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. They all go to check on the balefire, where they uncover Patchpad's Samhain encounter. Sophia knows about balefires. Either it's waiting for a new owner or it's been commandeered. Patches hacks Keypad again to gain direct access to the balefire, now green again. Two agains. Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zista is still alive and Duchess Eloise was using it to find him. Patches cleans out Talus's arm. Sophia hacks into Braum's brain, bringing Patches along with. Rick Scissorhands is a complete shitheel as per usual. Patches out-cheats him, but he throws a fit. He, not A. Sophia gives Braum a wet dream and he finds his rocket. Notes about the thing. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko says Braum knows where the rocket is, probably in New York. She cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Braum will feel about her when he remembers everything. Claude tells them of Braum's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket, and invites him along for part 2. What has been activated? How did money make bank? And something. Find out on Changeling now. So that's a minute 44, which is way too long. So we're going to have to make some cuts. Okay, get rid of that. I don't really need to talk about that. That's okay. I don't need that really, or that. I definitely don't need both agains in that sentence. Touch and go which one I keep. I probably don't need to talk about Talus's arm really. Now I can compress the last part to Lady Kyoko and Claude both dishing on Braum's past. They're all Red Branch, and it was their mission to recover Zista's rocket after it went missing, and they've been keeping this from Zista the whole time, is sort of important to the story, especially as it's where they're heading next. Assuming it was the rocket that was activated in New York, we can ask who activated the rocket in New York. Now that may be an incorrect assumption. It could be that the text is coming from New York, but it's monitoring activity somewhere else. I can move the... Oh no, I'd rather have the funny questions split up, unless they're directly related. Yeah, I think they are pretty related. All right, so I'll make it, how did money make bank? Who activated the rocket in New York? And I am struggling to come up with a third question. Alright, well, I'll see what we've got so far for time. Okay. Last time on Changeling, our heroes regroup after Salwane. Kyoko's left her phone behind and Talus is in Ottawa. Zista calls Kyoko, Sophia grabs it. He's severely injured but says something about Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying activated. Meanwhile, Patches heads down to the workshop and sees that the balefire is purple. She asks Keypad about recent visitors, then heads back upstairs. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. They all go to check on the balefire, where they uncover Patchpad's Salwane encounter. Patches hacks Keypad to gain direct access to the balefire, now green again. Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zista is still alive and Duchess Eloise was using it to find him. Sophia hacks into Braum's brain, bringing Patches along with. Rick Scissorhands is a complete shitheel as per usual. Patches outcheats him, but he throws a fit. Sophia gives Braum a wet dream and he finds his rocket. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko says Braum knows where the rocket is. See, it's already a minute there. So that could be back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Claude both dish on Braum's past. Or back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Braum both dish on Braum's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. Lady Kyoko and Claude both dish on Braum's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. And you know what? That can actually just be wider now. Alright. And I'm assuming that the other question is they Braum only found the rocket because Kay died. Not after, but because Kay died. And Braum's vision through the window in his dream of the desert flooding with water and then the water turning to ice. Now, it is winter in the Northern Hemisphere, and it does get ice in the water in around New York. It does snow around New York and around Montreal. So it could just be that the West Island or New York, that location is going to be iced over when they get there in John's story. It could be the water and the freezing of the water could be symbolism of Kay as a Selkie dying a chimerical death. Or it could just be John being fancy, but that's unlikely. But our third question should probably be around either Kay's death and the ice. Or I could take the New York part out of the activating the rocket and move that to, you know, how did Marnie make bank? Who activated the rocket? I don't really need to ask about Marnie. I put that down. It's like, okay, well that will make a good, you know, a sort of a funny question. But if I have three things that we need to ask. Who activated the rocket? Are they planning on going to the West Island first, or are they going to New York? And why did Braum only find the rocket because Kay died? Why did Kay have to die for Braum to find the rocket? And is Kay dead, or is she chimerically dead and living as Braum's ex-wife as a human? That's a big question. Is that why Braum's ex-wife is his ex-wife? Because she was Kay, but she can't remember being Kay, and now she doesn't get Braum, and Braum doesn't remember because of the amnesia. Is that why? Are they the same physical person, but she's chimerically dead, so she can't remember? That's got to be one of my questions. Is human K Braum's ex-wife? Wife, not wife. Okay, so sorry, Marnie. Who activated the rocket? Are the freeholders going to West Island or New York? Who activated the rocket? Are the freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Human K Braum's ex-wife? Or is Braum's ex-wife Human K? Or Mortal K? It could be that K died a mortal death, but that wouldn't be as interesting a plot hook. The other question I have is, how did Kay's death lead to Braum finding the rocket? Was it inside her? Okay. Alright, so let's time this again. Last time on Changeling, Our heroes regroup after Salwane. Kyoko's left her phone behind and Talus is in Ottawa. Sister calls Kyoko, Sophia grabs it. He's severely injured but says something about Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying activated. Meanwhile, Patches heads down to the workshop and sees that the balefire is purple. She asks Keypad about recent visitors, then heads back upstairs. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. They all go to check on the balefire, where they uncover Patchpad's Salwane encounter. Patches hacks Keypad to gain direct access to the balefire, now green again. Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zister is still alive, and Duchess Eloise was using it to find him. Sophia hacks into Braum's brain, bringing Patches along with. Pausing the thing. I'm using hacks twice without realizing it. I'd like a different verb here. To replace that. Rick Scissorhands is a complete shitheel as per usual. Patches out cheats him, but he throws a fit. Sophia gives Braum a wet dream, and he finds his rocket. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Claude both dish on Braum's Red Branch mission to recover Zister's rocket. Who activated the rocket? Are the Freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Braum's ex-wife, Mortal K? Find out on Changeling. Now. Alright, so that is a minute 13. That is fine. I have two versions of the theme music. One is slightly longer than the other. One is... let me check. Composed music. Seriously, where is my length column? Length. Alright, so a minute 16 and the short version is a minute 7. Last week's recap, or last episode's recap, was pretty much bang on a minute, and I speed up the short version if I need it to be really short. This is going to go over, but that's okay. I can use the minute 16 version, and that's weird. Why is that? I might have changed the meta tag, maybe. That's fine. Okay. So now comes the recording part. So that was 2 hours. Yay! Okay. Alright, so there's a bunch here that I have bracketed out. I need a new verb instead of hacks. Okay. No. No. Wow. Huh. No. 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 Slice. Wow, okay. Yeah, internet not being helpful. Huh, okay. Yeah, I can't think of a verb here. Enters. Enters. Instead of hacks into Brom's brain, I'm going to say enters Brom's dream. It's one syllable shorter. I don't want to use hacks twice so close together again. Sorry, so close together. Do I have time to... do I have time to mention Kyoko's fear of Brom's treatment of her? Is it a Brom's Red Branch mission? I might say the... No, that's cool. Brom's Red Branch. That's fine. Alright, actually recording it, when I actually record it instead of just reading it out, it is slower. That is a thing. Alright, I need to get some water. and some more coffee. So I will be back in a minute. When I say a minute, I mean 3 minutes. I will queue up some lovely music for you. I don't have a countdown timer. I need to ask Alicia how she does the countdown timer thing. Alright, so I will be back with more coffee and water in not that one, in that one. Yeah, sure. Give me 2 minutes. All right. Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure how long that was, but it was more than the song lasted for. Hopefully not too much more. Okay. All right, so we have the copy, and now we just need to record it. That's the easy part, right? No, not so much. All right, I have to turn the fan off. Annoyingly, it looks like the water is out here. That's very frustrating. There are probably some people I should call about that. But, what am I going to do? Okay. All right, so Audacity. Display. All right. Recording with. Oh wow, I did drop frames while the music was running. That is the weirdest thing. Or while the BRB screen is up. I don't know what it is about the about to start and the BRB screens, but they seem to make the frames drop, and I don't know why. It's fine. Okay. 30 seconds of nothing. Yep. No. 70%. Alright. 30 seconds of nothing. Go. There was a pop from somewhere, or a crack or something from, I'm not sure where from, but, alright, mute. Okay. There it is. Alright, record. Here. And, okay. Last time on Changeling. Our heroes regroup after Samhain. Kyoko's left her phone behind and Talus is in Ottawa. Zista calls Kyoko, Sophia grabs it. He's severely injured but says something about Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying, activated. Meanwhile, Patches heads down to the workshop and sees that the balefire is purple. She asks Keypad about recent visitors, then heads back upstairs. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. And here's a train. So we'll just sit here and wait. And then we'll go back a line or two. Alright, and there goes the train. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. They all go to check on the balefire, where they uncover Patchpad's Samhain encounter. Patches hacks Keypad to gain direct access to the balefire, now green again. Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zista is still alive, and I can concatenate that. Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zista's still alive, and Duchess Eloise was using it to find him. Sophia enters Braum's dream, bringing Patches along with. Rick Scissorhands is a complete shitheel as per usual. Patches outcheats him, but he throws a fit. Sophia gives Braum a wet dream, and he finds his rocket. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Claude both dish on Braum's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Braum will feel about her when he remembers everything. Afraid of how Braum will feel about her when he remembers everything. And then, who activated the rocket? Are the freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Braum's ex-wife Mortal K? Find out on Changeling. Now. Fuck you, bird. Find out on Changeling. Now. Alright, and stop. And go back to the start. And that. And save the project as Changeling episode 10. Alright. Master track, copy, track, new, stereo, paste, mute, drag down this, CTS, ReCapt 10, select all of that, noise reduction profile, select that, apply noise reduction. Alright. Don't need that bit. Where's the bit with the train? Here. And here's a train. Sure is. Alright, how audible is the train? They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. And here's a train. Completely inaudible. Okay, well that's fine. Alright, so I can get rid of all of this. And here's a train. So we'll just sit here and wait. And then we'll go back a line or two. Alright, and there goes the train. Cannot hear it at all. But that's fine. We'll cut all of that out. Was this the line I screwed up? Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Braum will feel about her when he remembers everything. There's a little at the end of everything, which is why I re-recorded that line. Afraid of how Braum will feel about her when he remembers everything. That's less noticeable. Afraid of how Braum will feel about her when he remembers everything. Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Braum will feel about her when he remembers everything. Yeah, I might be able to edit that out. Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Braum will feel... I wish it would do what I wanted it to do there, but it does not. It never makes it smaller, it always makes it bigger. Huh. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Braum... No, and Claude. Alright, so I don't need that. I don't need any of that. Find out on Changeling. Now. Fuck you, bird. Couldn't hear the bird either, so that's fine. Find out on Changeling. Now. Alright, so I'm going to be using that second one, so I'll delete that. Alright, and save. So this is the actual recording down here, and I never edit that one. I always save that as a set. I always copy that into a new track, apply the noise reduction, and then edit that track. This is the noise track. And this is what I do every week. Well, every episode. Alright. So the pacing is... two minutes. This is 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Yeah, this is long. But there are ways and means of speeding this up. Alright, so to here. Last time on Changeling. Alright, so I want about a minute. Alright, and then delete all of that. Last time on Changeling. So this starts at about a minute. Yeah, it's pretty damn close. Could be a little shorter. Last time on Changeling. Our heroes regroup after Samhain. Kyoko's left her phone behind and Talus is in Ottawa. Zister calls Kyoko, Sophia grabs it. He's severely injured but says something about Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying, activated. That was deliberately slower than it normally is because I changed the voice of the word activated. Activated. Because flavor. Activated. Activated. You can hear click, click, click. Activated. 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 So my tongue is making very... I can't hear it when I talk, but the mic is picking it up. Zister calls Kyoko, Sophia grabs it. He's severely injured, but says something about Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying... Kyoko gets a mysterious... See, I can hear one there as well. It's a mysterious... It's a mysterious... And there's one at text. Text. Mysterious texts. Mysterious text saying... Mysterious text saying... Saying... There's a little blip in there. Active. But there's definitely one there. Act. There's two there. Act. There's two clicks in there. Now over the music, it's not as noticeable, but I notice the hell out of it every time, and it is a pain to get out, but doable. Alright, that's where I start to breathe in. Meanwhile, Patches heads down to the workshop and sees that the balefire is purple. She asks Keypad about recent visitors, then heads back upstairs. Alright, so there doesn't need to be as much of a gap between here. But we'll get to that later. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks... There's an actual train going past now, which means I can't hear the track properly, so I need to wait for that to pass. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. That take is fine, but I have a second take. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. Now, the main difference is the second one takes longer. This is 7 seconds, and this is 7.2 seconds. That's 4.7, and that's 4.8. Okay, fine. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. Alright, so I'm going to delete that one. They all go to check on the balefire, where they uncover Patchpad's... Okay. They all go to check on the balefire, where they uncover Patchpad's Samhain encounter. Delete that. Patches hacks Keypad to gain direct access to the balefire, now green again. green again. Now green again. See, I heard myself click when I said now green again the first time. Now green again. Now green again. There's a now green again. Now green again. There's still a slight tick there, but I'm going to take that second one. So it should now sound like this. Patches hacks keypad to gain direct access to the balefire. Now green again. That was a little more than I wanted. Patches hacks keypad to gain direct access to the balefire. Now green again. That's better. Sophia hacks. So there's a spot on my monitor on the audio track. Sophia hacks the Alright. Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zista is still alive, and... Okay, so part of that might be useful. I can concatenate that. Sophia checks the balefire, learning... No. Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zista's still alive, and Duchess Eloise was using it to find him. That's fine, so I can get rid of all of this. And I should fix that up so that the script matches what's actually being... Sophia enters Brom's dream. Sophia enters Brom's dream. That was a weird... Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zista's still alive, and Duchess Eloise was using it to find him. Sophia enters Brom's dream, bringing Patches along with. Rick Scissorhands is a complete shitheel as per usual. Sophia enters Brom's dream. There's a really weird reverb there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fix that. I can try... so I want to bring this down to... Actually, where do I want to bring this down to? Okay, so from the start of this waveform to maybe here-ish? Where does this waveform start? There-ish. That one will do. Maybe I do want to go out to here. Sophia enters. So that's here. Alright. This is nitty-gritty stuff. Alright, let's try noise reduction on that. It's probably not going to do much. Alright, and I'll try... I want to undistort it. Can I undistort it? No. Nope. Okay, so no, I can adjust the volume of it. Sophia enters Brom's dream. Sophia enters Brom's dream. It's a little bit weird. Sophia enters Brom's dream, bringing Patches along with. Sophia enters Brom's dream, bringing Patches along with. Rick Scissorhands is a complete shitheel as per usual. Patches out-cheats him, but he throws a fit. Sophia gives Brom a wet dream. Sophia gives Brom a wet dream, and he finds his rocket. Yeah, I like that. Alright, that will do. Sophia enters Brom's dream, bringing... Sophia gives Brom a wet dream and he finds his rocket. There's an annoying tick there as well. I might be able to get rid of that one. Alright, so it's just here. So what I actually want to do is select about 0.009. Rocket. Boom! That little click there is gone. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Claude both dish on Brom's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. Kyoko cries... That was weird. ...to recover Zista's rocket. Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Brom will feel about her when he remembers everything. Afraid of how Brom will feel about her when he remembers everything. Everything. Can I just get everything? Thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab thing. I'm just gonna grab thing and I'm gonna paste it into here. Thing. And we'll see how that sounds. Everything. That's great. Okay. So I don't need any of that. What's this? And then and I don't need that. Who activated the rocket? Are the freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Brom's ex-wife Mortal K? Alright, and there's some cleanup here. Find out. Another train going past, so I need to wait until I can hear properly again. Find out on Changeling. Now. Alright, so it is now 1:30 instead of 2 minutes, which is still way too long. But there is more that can be done to speed things up without actually speeding things up. So what I'll do is I'll start cutting these really long breaks here. Sophia gives Brom a wet dream and he finds his rocket. So now, back in the Spark, so all of this goes. Finds his rocket. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Claude both dish on Brom's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. There. Good. Lose that. Good. Good. Lose that. Good. Kyoko cries and... Good. Kyoko cries and... That is 0.758 seconds. I can see the time here. This is how long the selection is. You probably can't read it on the stream. That's 0.75. I want this to be about 0.3 normally. That is one long breath in though. So what I'm going to do is find what I'm going to do is find a nice empty patch. Of about 0.3 seconds. And paste that into there.
Covers Zista's rocket. Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Braun will feel about her when he remembers everything.
So that's lovely. That's what I want. All right, so I want this to be about 1 second. It's 0.3. So I'm going to get to about, actually I want it to be about 75, don't I? Oh no, that's the main break. So about there. So that's, yeah.
Who activated the rocket? Are the freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Braum's ex-wife Mortal K? Find out on Changeling.
Even that's too long there. So half a second, 0.6.
Who activated the rocket? Are the freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Braum's ex-wife Mortal K?
Find
out on Changeling.
So I want it to start about there.
K. Find out on Changeling. Now.
And then that length here is just how much time do I have? And can I mess with the players? Do I have time to mess with the players this week? I don't. I am pressed for time this week.
Last time on Changeling. Our heroes regroup after Samhain. Kyoko's left her phone behind and Talus is in Ottawa. Zista calls Kyoko, Sophia grabs it. He's severely...
Okay, so this could be faster. So that's 0.7 seconds. I've still got that 0.3 seconds in the clipboard from earlier, so I'll paste that in.
Ottawa. Zista calls Kyoko, Sophia grabs it. He's severely injured. Grabs it. He's...
There's another tick here.
Zit.
Oh, I'm not hearing it go tick. So we move to the next start of the next wave, which is here. I'm not hearing it go tick, so we move to the start of the next wave. Now it's definitely going tick. So I'm I'll move it back to this wave. Alright, I'm not hearing it go tick. So what we want to do is capture this wave here. And this is the painstaking level of detail I go to. So somewhere in this wave, it's adding a tick to the word it. So I just delete that wave out of the word. And so now it sounds like this.
Grabs it.
And it's gone.
Grabs it.
The word is still there. It's 0.01 seconds shorter.
Grabs it.
It's still perfectly legible, and that little tick, that little click, gone. This is why it takes me so long to do the recaps, especially when, hey, it's due tonight so that it can be played tomorrow morning.
He's severely injured, but says something about Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying, activated.
Alright, that's 0.25. Okay, I'll see what that sounds like. It might be coming off the last word a little.
Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying, activated.
Okay, I'm going to undo that paste.
Braum and a rocket. Braum and a rocket. Braum and a rocket.
Yeah, there's something going on there. Because I'm from Australia and the way I pronounce words, I pronounce the end of letters like T and D. Hard syllables like that. That. Ship. Ship. That. So that's just how we say words.
Rocket. Rocket.
So it's sort of there.
Rocket. Rocket.
But you can hear that other tick.
Rocket. 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 Rocket.
There it is.
Rocket.
So we don't want that. And in fact, we don't want anything here really. So I can paste this in. It'll be slightly shorter, but I also want to account for this space here. So if that's 0.3, then that's going to be, well, I can keep the start point by dragging the end point to be the new start point. That is 0.14, so I want this to be about 0.16. It's 0.3, so if I take out about 0.1, well, if I take out 0.13, 0.14, if I take out whatever this is, then the rest of it will match up.
Okay. Kyoko gets a Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying, activated.
Now there's a lot of clicks in there that I'm probably going to have to deal with.
Saying.
I'm not going to worry about that one.
Mysterious text saying.
Oh, yes, I am. It's going to be tough to find. Okay, there's two problems in here. There's a and a click. There's a and a. And finding both of them is going to be difficult. Especially since the part bounces, it keeps traveling. So I'm not going to be able to get rid of that. But there's that click. So that is here.
Saying.
It's a little better.
Saying. Activated.
Now there are about 5 clicks in there, which is killing me. I could re-record the word and see if it comes up better, and I will see how that goes. So let me mute this, and I'll try re-recording the word activated. Before I do that, I'll have some water. It's not the right water, but it will do. And I'll wait for the traffic to go past.
Activated.
And we'll see how those turn out.
Activated.
No clicks.
Activated.
Much better. So instead of spending time going through all those waveforms and trying to do that, I can just paste this one word in. Now I'm still going to noise reduction this. So that the tracks are relatively consistent. And then I need to decide which one I want. I'm not bothering with a master track for this because it's one word.
Activated.
I think I like this one.
Activated.
All right, so I'm going to paste my blank sample over here so that I can get it back.
Activated.
And I'm going to copy that and mute that. And it should be this one here.
Activated.
And just paste straight over the top.
Mysterious text saying activated. Activated.
Okay, I'm going to give it a bit more space, a bit more of a lead in.
Mysterious text saying activated.
All right, and then of course I want less space after that. That is 0.8 and I want it to be about 0.3. So I'll see if that sounds fine. What was the next line after activated? Okay, so I might want, no, that's fine. I'm pressed for time on this, or I'd give that a longer break between paragraphs. Right, I want this back. Okay, cut. I'm trying not to sneeze right now. That's why I look like this. I'm gonna save.
She asks Keypad about recent visitors, then heads back upstairs. Sophia and Patches purple. She asks purple.
Can you hear the on the purple, on the L's?
Purple.
I might be able to cut that. I might be able to isolate that, but it might carry over as well. It's probably going to be closer to the front than the back. Oh. Right, so up to that one. It's important to try and get the entire waveform and get the pattern to line up. Otherwise, you get bumps in the track if the entire waveform isn't taken out, and if it doesn't match up, line up, time up properly, you'll hear it. There'll be a slight thud as it jumps together again.
Purple.
Much better.
The workshop and sees that the balefire is purple. She asks Keypad about recent visitors, then she asks
There's a click here,
she asks
but we're going to be taking that whole thing out anyway.
purple.
Alright, so from here to here, paste that 0.3.
Purple. She asks Keypad about recent visitors, then heads back upstairs.
Alright, and again upstairs, and then to here. A couple of clicks there.
Back upstairs. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Brom's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig.
There's another one here. Save. F5.
See.
Now the waveforms here are
See.
a bit weird.
See.
If you can hear this, there's both a click and a ting. It's the click I'm trying to find. The ting is carrying from the previous syllable, from the secret C. So it's the end of the soft C at the before the Y.
See.
And that just happens if I have this.
See.
You're not hearing that ting. It's the ting is the end of the S sound. This S sound here.
See.
So let's see.
See.
No.
See.
No.
See.
No.
See.
No.
See.
No.
See.
Alright, so that's this one. Alright, so we want to get rid of that and that. That's what we don't want.
Proceed.
Fixed. Alright, save. Alright, and paste.
Sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Brom's memories.
Alright, now I want a larger gap here because it's a change of scene. There it is. Yes, I used thesaurus.com to look for a synonym for hack and couldn't find one. I am not kidding. I could not think of a synonym for hack. Hack or break into, and it's like, well, she's not breaking in. She's hacking, yeah, but she's not breaking in. She has permission. So, enters. And enters is faster. Less syllables, less seconds. I mean, I know I've blown out the 60-second limit guideline, the 60-second guideline multiple times, sometimes on purpose. 9 minutes and 57 seconds is my record, of course. But yeah, I do try and the theme song that I wrote, even the short version of that is 1:07. and the last time on Changeling and now are never the theme song always kicks in after last time on Changeling or last time on Exalt Switch, and it always stops before now. I think there was one exception where I could not cut down the recap. The recap was so short that I could not possibly have it stretched out. The recap was it was just a short recap. I covered the salient points, and I could have extrapolated. It's like, well, I could record more stuff that sort of happened and expand on some points, or I could just have the theme song start and then start speaking, and yeah, and it was easier to do it that way. But that's only happened the one time. Normally it is over. Alright, so they all go to check on the balefire. Okay, so this is, I don't want it to be a second. Alright, so that click, is that part of it or
Memories.
it is? So this click here, well, that's not a click, that's just the end of that S, that sibilant sound. So what I'll actually want to do,
Memories.
rather than cutting from this end, is I'll cut from this end. So if I want this to be 0.7, and then I'll cut up to here.
They all go to check on the balefire, where they uncover Patchpad's Selwyn encounter.
Alright, that can be faster. Paste.
Encounter. Patches hacks keypad to gain direct access to the balefire, now green again.
Now green again could have been faster, but speeding up the actual words, I can speed up the music and I can slow down the music, and that's generally fine. Speeding up my my actual lines gets nasty.
Now green again.
It tends to go out of sync
Now green again.
very quickly. There is a click here. Alright, it's after the word.
Again. Again.
Damn it. That happens sometimes.
Again. 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 Again.
Right, I want to keep, I could just cut from here, but there is sound that doesn't show up on the waveform. Obviously. There's no noticeable line here where that click is. So I want to preserve as much of the end of the words as possible, end of the syllables as possible. Because if I cut from here, you'd notice that the word again would end rather abruptly. So I'm going to cut that and then see if there's any more. Just sort of delete that for safety, that's fine. Okay, so I don't want to delete this part, but that is 0.03. Okay, and it's now green again. Okay, it goes straight into, so I want like 300. I can just paste that in, and then I can just take out a random 0.3 in the middle to make up for that.
Again. Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zista's still alive, and Duchess Eloise was using it to find him.
Alright. Now this is another. So I paste that and then go here and then paste a second one. That gives us 0.6.
Find him. Find him. Find him. Sophia enters Brom's dream, bringing Patches along with. Rick's Patches along with.
So in the in with has another tick in it, so let's get rid of that. Save.
With. 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 With.
Alright, so that's this one here. Now, this dot just to the right here, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's another dot just to the right of here. I'm not sure if this is, God damn it. I'm not sure if this wave starts here or here, and it is sometimes hard to tell. So what I'll do is I'll delete that, and then I'll zoom out, and then I'll select this.
Along with.
That sounds fine. So I'll assume that's okay. If there was a bump in there, then I could Control Z to undo. It would go back to the selection I deleted still being selected, which I can show you actually.
Per you.
Alright.
Along with.
Okay, so we can zoom back into here. If I undo that deletion, that part's still selected, and I can just expand that to include the extra part, but I don't need to, so I'll just redo that. When I redo it, it goes back to where I was selected, what I had selected beforehand. So if I selected this, and then I undo that paste, and then I redo that paste, it goes back to the state before I undid it. It doesn't just undo the deletion. That can be really handy for, I want to delete this section here, but I need to go and find some blank space to paste into it. I want to paste blank space in here, but not silence. So I want to paste just me not talking, but still background noise, so that it's not a dead silence, because you will notice that. Not with the music, but you'll notice it. So I can select this part. Okay, it's 0.166. And then, so I don't have to select it again, I just delete it. And then I go find 0.166 of empty space. And then I select that and I copy it. And then I undo the deletion and it goes back to here with this part still selected, and then I just paste over the top because it hasn't undone the clipboard selection. It's just undone the track changes. So if I need to do something like that, then that's how I do that. And that whole memory of what's selected between undos and redos, very helpful.
Patches along with. Rick Scissorhands is a complete shitheel as per usual. Patches out-cheats him, but he throws a fit. Sophia gives Brom...
Okay, so this... Alright, I'm gonna check this.
Patches out...
Alright, so is this... that thunk there, is that just the start of the per in patches?
Patches out-cheats him, but
I'm not noticing it.
Patches out-cheats.
So I'm going to leave it in. But it is a bit long. So this is... Oh no, 0.365. Well, yeah, I could take a little bit out of the middle for... Oh, hang on, was there a breath in there?
Per use. Patches out per use. Patches out cheek.
That apparently worked out okay. If you take something out in the middle of a breath starts out low, and as you breathe in, it gets higher in pitch. Like that. If you take out a chunk in the middle of that, you'll often notice it goes... And that's worse. That is worse.
Per use. Patches out per use. Patches out cheats him, but he throws a fit.
Away
Sophia
with that. Okay, I definitely want to make this faster. Alright, so this bang that you can hear here, that's just the end of me saying it. It. So from here it sounds fine. You can't hear the click. Because it's part of that syllable. Fit. That's just how I pronounce words in Australia. Oh, okay. How long have I been going? Oh, 3 hours. Alright. Paste. Okay, now I want to measure that space and get it down to about there, and then just cut the rest of that.
Patches out cheats him, but he throws a fit. Sophia gives Brom a wet dream, and he finds his rocket. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko...
Okay, this can be faster rather than longer, even though it's sort of a chapter break. It's a very small chapter, and I don't feel the need to go into that all that much.
Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Claude both dish on Brom's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Brom will feel about her when he remembers everything.
I think...
Who activated the
left
rocket?
that in.
Are the Freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Brom's ex-wife Mortal K? Find out on Changeling. Now.
Alright, so we've got it down to 1:19, and that is an excellent time to have it because the theme song is 1:16. So this should go through nicely. Okay, now what I need to do next is, I already saved, so what I'll be doing is import audio, composed, ReCapt theme, and then move that here, and then line that up with about there, and unmute it, and turn it down to about -15, and align it with there. Okay.
Last time on Changeling. Our heroes regroup after Samhain. Last time on Changeling. Our heroes regroup after Samhain. Kyoko's left her phone behind and Talus is in Ottawa. Zista calls Kyoko, Sophia grabs it. He's severely injured but says something about Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying, activated. Meanwhile, Patches heads down to the workshop and sees that the balefire is purple. She asks
Not quite low
Keypad
enough.
about recent visitors, then heads back upstairs. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. They all go to check on the balefire, where they uncover Patchpad's Samhain encounter.
That
Patches
gap
hacks
there could've been
Keypad to
shorter.
gain direct access to the balefire, now green again. Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zista's still alive and Duchess Eloise was using it to find him. Sophia enters Brom's dream, bringing Patches along with. Rick Scissorhands is a complete shitheel as per usual. Patches out-cheats him, but he throws a fit. Sophia gives Brom a wet dream, and he finds his rocket. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Claude both dish on Brom's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Brom will feel about her when he remembers everything. Who activated the rocket? Are the Freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Brom's ex-wife Mortal K? Find out on Changeling. Now.
Alright, so needs to be a little... I can expand the music and slow it down a little. But there's a few pacing changes I could make with the recap. I don't think this gap here needs to be quite that long.
Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Brom will feel about her when he remembers everything. Who activated the rocket?
This gap here.
When he remembers everything. Who activated the rocket? Are the Freeholders going to the West Island or New York?
And New York, I need that to be louder. Alright, so save this. I would like to amplify this a bit.
Island or New York? Island or New York? Island or New York? Island or New York? Island or New York?
So from about here, I need to find the start of this waveform. That would be here actually. You'd think it's here, but it's not. It's here. It always starts down. Always.
Island or New York? Island or New York?
Alright, so I'm going to amplify that a little bit. Not that much. I'm going to amplify it by 1.9.
Island or New York? Island or New York?
Actually, I'm going to undo that and I'm going to bring it out to about there. And I'm going to amplify it by 3.9.
Island or New York? Freeholders going to the West Island or New York?
That's better.
Are the Freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Brom's ex-wife Mortal K?
I'm tempted to amplify this as well. No, I can just Control R to do exactly the same change to something else.
And is Brom's ex-wife...
No, too much. I'll make that 1.9.
And is Brom's ex-wife Mortal K? Find out on Changeling. Now.
Now I could call it there and that would be fine. The find out on Changeling is normally just up to the end.
Wife Mortal K?
So it needs to be about 2 seconds longer. So what I can do is take from here to, God damn it, from, well, here to here, and I can slow the music down. I can change the tempo without changing the pitch, and I can make it 74.9, so 75 to, I can make it 77 seconds. And it will just stretch everything out a little bit. Now with music, this is fine. I have not had a problem doing this with music. Doing this with voice, the left channel and the right channel get out of sync. And it does not end well. It gets very echoey and blah.
And is Brom's ex-wife Mortal K? Find out on Changeling. Now.
And that, like, find out on Changeling, boom, end music. That is how I like doing it. Okay, so let's save this. I can still undo after a save if I need to. Let's listen to the whole track.
Last time on Changeling. Our heroes regroup after Samhain. Kyoko's left her phone behind and Talus is in Ottawa. Sister calls Kyoko, Sophia grabs it. He's severely injured but says something about Braum and a rocket. Kyoko gets a mysterious text saying, activated. Meanwhile, Patches heads down to the workshop and sees that the balefire is purple. She asks Keypad about recent visitors, then heads back upstairs. Sophia and Patches trade info. Patches asks Claude about Braum's rocket, but he's sworn to secrecy. They resolve to dig into Braum's memories. They all go to check on the balefire, where they uncover Patchpad's Samhain encounter. Patches hacks Keypad to gain direct access to the balefire, now green again. Sophia checks the balefire, learning Zista's still alive and Duchess Eloise was using it to find him. Sophia enters Braum's dream, bringing Patches along with. Rick Scissorhands is a complete shitheel as per usual. Patches out-cheats him, but he throws a fit. Sophia gives Braum a wet dream and he finds his rocket. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Claude both dish on Braum's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Braum will feel about her when he remembers everything. Who activated the rocket? Are the freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Braum's ex-wife Mortal K? Find out on Changeling. Now.
Alright, now I noticed one thing was a bit soft.
Complete shitheel as per usual. Patches out-cheats him, but he throws a fit. Sophia gives Braum a wet dream and he finds his rocket.
That part there. Alright, so I'm going to amplify this a little.
Finds his rocket. Finds his rocket.
Oh. That was the stretching that I repeated, not the... and you could hear it. It was echoey. It was wrong. That was change tempo. So 1.9.
Finds his rocket. Sophia gives Braum a wet dream and he finds his rocket. Back in the Spark, Lady Kyoko and Claude both dish on Braum's Red Branch mission to recover Zista's rocket. Kyoko cries in Sophia's arms, afraid of how Braum will feel about her when he remembers everything. Who activated the rocket? Are the freeholders going to the West Island or New York? And is Braum's ex-wife Mortal K? Find out on Changeling. Now.
And that's it. Alright, so I select both of these tracks. And then we save the project. And then we go to metadata. Okay, and I load up the template for the recaps. And then it's episode 10, track number 10. Recap me, 10, backing music by me, initial keys C minor, composer is me. Okay, and then save other, export selected audio as M4A. Don't export it there though, export it into the Changeling thing as here. Yes, I'm aware of that. Yep, that's the stuff that I just did. Okay, and then that is put into disk, and then because I'm me, okay, so the subtitle is Clue. The tags are ChangelingTS and ReCapt. I lost a lot of my memory stuff after it. It doesn't export some of the things either. Like it would remember me and it would remember the tags, but when I had to rebuild Windows, it forgot all of that. Producer is me. Content provider is, well, me. Initial key is C minor. It's normally in 100 beats per minute, but I had to extend it, so I don't know what the beats per minute are anymore, so I just leave that alone. Composer is me. And that is basically it. And then I email that to John, and then I save the project. Well, see, I don't need this anymore, and I don't need that anymore, and I don't need that anymore. I don't need those tracks anymore. I have what I need. Save that. Close that. And then I email it off to ExaltSwitch, which I will do off screen. I don't feel the need to open my email on the internet. That would be bad. Okay, good. Okay, I sent one of the guys who lives in the building an email earlier this morning saying, hey, look, the water pressure in my unit is way down, just making sure it was not a me thing. And he said, yep, same thing. And he said it should be fixed about 4:30, which is 3 hours away. So I'll reply saying, thank you for letting me know. Okay, and voiceover email. Cool, I don't need that email. Compose. To ExaltSwitch. Changeling streaming. Guest recap episode 10. Changeling the streaming. Attach that. And I'll send that email later after I have a link to this episode of And Now for Something a Bit Different. But it's effectively, hey gang, here is last week's ReCapt for your listening pleasure. For your listening pleasure, as compiled live on stream. CaptDaf. And I'll put in a link to the stream. All right, and it's finished attaching. Excellent. So this has been the stream. Thank you, John and Plucky Hero, who popped in, for joining me on And Now for Something a Bit Different. I hope everyone enjoyed this if you've been watching it later. Specifically, if you've been watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. And you can follow me at CaptDaf on Twitch and Twitter for notifications of when I stream next. My next stream will be 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. There will be more Skyrim. You know, there's a good chance there'll be some Skyrim tonight as well. There's no water for the next 3 hours. I can't leave the house. I can't shower. I can't leave the house. I'm stuck here until the water is finished and I can make myself socially presentable. So I might make some lunch and then jump straight onto some Skyrim, because that's a thing that I could be doing instead of sitting around doing nothing, feeling sad. And then I will do that. Anyway, that was fun. Back to Skyrim, and something different next time, or maybe this again. I don't know. This was really fun. This could be a thing that I do on Sunday. It could be watch the stream and then I do like a live recap. if you'd be interested in me doing this on a regular basis, then let me know, and let John know, and everybody. Let everybody know, because that would be cool if I had like this. I had a lot more fun doing this than I thought I was going to. It was cool, especially having John here. Having John here while we were rewatching the episode, that was very helpful. Anyway, I'll continue signing off because I have been rambling for some time now. Until I see you again next time, probably 20 minutes. Drive fast and take chances. Bye.